It has been a record-setting week already for the Indy 11. Can they cap it off against one of the hottest teams in the USL Championship with a win? We'll find out momentarily. It's the USL Championship on WRTV and ESPN+. Loudoun United and the Indy 11 playing for the first of two matches this season. Pittside in our booth alongside Brad Hodder. My name is Greg Rakestraw. Thank you so much for joining us. And Brad, let's get right to it. Tuesday night, one of the great nights in the history of the Indy 11. A first ever win against a Major League Soccer team, winning in the quarterfinals of the U.S. Open Cup. 2-1. Brad, how'd they get it done?
It was just a gritty defensive effort. You could see the energy and passion that they were throwing in that last 15 minutes. Everybody was drained. They just kept throwing themselves in front of soccer balls. You get a chance to rewatch that game, it'll be inspiring.
Well, what a run that Augie Williams has been on. This is what he was brought here from Charleston to do. He scored 8 goals in all competitions. He had the first goal. He, again, kind of had a big hand in the second own goal that was scored by Atlanta United against the Indy 11. And Augie has got 3 goals in his last 3 Open Cup matches.
Yeah, and in scores, they get streaky. And it doesn't matter if you're putting it in an Open Cup, in a tournament, or in league play. Once that ball goes into the back of the net, others follow.
Now, frankly, from the Loudoun United perspective, like, hey, that's great. But they haven't lost in their last 7. Right. They haven't played in the last 10 days. But simply put, in their 6th season, this is the best that Loudoun United has ever been. How have they gotten to this point?
Well, they've got balanced scoring. Zach Ryan has been the focal point over the last year or two, but now they brought in some players to take the pressure off of them, and they're very balanced up in the attack.
One that we know very well, and Robbie Dambrot, unfortunately, an injury prevents him from playing in tonight's game. But the player that stands out to me, other than Zach Ryan with those 7 goals, is Florian Velo. He's been quite a playmaker in this league down at Miami FC.
Right, and when you can get balanced scoring, when you can come at a team from multiple spots, that just makes you so much more dangerous.
And by the way, Wesley Leggett, you saw his goal early in the highlight package.
Unreal.
That was good for the goal of the week in the USL Championship. This is 3rd place versus 6th place in the Eastern Conference. We think it should be a fantastic matchup. Indy 11, Loudoun United, it's yours next here on WRTV Channel 6 and ESPN+.
AES Indiana is dedicated to providing you with smart energy solutions that power our lives. Our energy efficiency programs help you save energy and money. From rebates on lighting and smart thermostats to appliance pickup and recycling, you can take advantage of cleaner, more cost-effective energy solutions right here, right now. IPL is now AES Indiana. We are accelerating the future of energy together.
At Indiana Members Credit Union, we're invested in more than just your finances. We're invested in your future, the future of your family, the well-being of the community you live in, and in those who dream big. Until those dreams become a reality, any bank can give you a loan or open an account. At IMCU, we care about more than just dollars and cents. We care about doing things that make sense. And investing in you makes good sense to us.
2024 season tickets are on sale now. Go to indy11.com/tickets today.
Find it, try it, paint it, love it. 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 Find it, try it, paint it, love it, love it, love it.
Tonight's match is presented by Community Health Sports Medicine. Exceptional care simply delivered. And by your Central Indiana Ford dealers. Your Central Indiana Ford dealers are a proud sponsor of Indy 11 Soccer. Visit your local Ford dealer today for great deals on your favorite Ford vehicle. And speaking of your Central Indiana Ford dealers, they also bring us our starting lineups. And for the Indy 11, almost identical to what we saw on Tuesday night, that victory against Atlanta United. However, they get to bring back an additional defender. Adrian Deespay played late in the match on Tuesday. He is more fully healthy. He is in. Josh O'Brien is out. Do not be surprised if we see a flurry of substitutions in the second half, knowing for many of these players, this is the third match in 9 days.
Yeah, I think you're 100% right. Not just the weather conditions tonight, but the weather conditions and the travel on Tuesday factor into that.
On the flip side, for Loudoun United, again, they have not made the playoffs in their previous 5 seasons. They have been a developmental team for DC United. There are still those ties there. But you see a lot more veteran names on this group. And again, we talked about the goal scored in the victory against Hartford 10 days ago. How about the clean sheet veteran Hugo Faroux between the posts for Ryan Martin's team?
Well, I love it. And I think, when you take a look at Coach Martin, one of the things that as the feeder team to DC United, anytime somebody is starting to heat up, they get pulled up to the top club. So he now gets, you get to see what he can do, because he now gets to work with guys for the whole year, and 7 unbeaten. That's pretty stellar.
Sebastian Guenzani stands over this one. The Indy 11 looking to start a new home winning streak. And their last league match was 8 days ago. A 3-3 draw in Providence, Rhode Island against Rhode Island FC. Thanks for joining us on ESPN Plus. We will be joining this match in progress on WRTV because of the breaking national news situation. We appreciate you being with us on this Saturday night. Brandon Stevas is our lead official for tonight's contest, as Afemu will play that ball sideways for Indy. Margaritaville night. It certainly feels tropical at the mic this evening.
You know what? It doesn't matter what the temperature is. When you start hearing Jimmy Buffett music, it feels like you're on vacation.
Now, this is the 3rd consecutive match that Indy has played in conditions like this. Very humid in both Providence and at Kennesaw State University on Tuesday night. Hunter Salt has been in goal for all 3 of those matches, has been in goal for every match but one since entering the lineup back on April the 20th for the Indy 11.
He is just getting better and better and better. That point-blank save late in the match on Tuesday night was just incredible.
Let's get to our injury report, brought to us by Community Health Network Sports Medicine, official sports medicine provider of the Indy 11. Again, Jack Blake is out. We have not seen him since the first half of the match against Orange County back on June 22nd. James Musa played the first half last week against Rhode Island. He has been out with an injury since. Aiden Quinn and both Maka King, both long-term injuries. Again, I think we're starting to get to the point where we will begin to see Aiden Quinn start to appear in that lineup in the not-too-distant future. And again, Robbie Dambrot was listed as questionable, but unfortunately, no Robbie in the 18, which is a shame. We were looking forward to catching up with Robbie in tonight's match. Douglas Martinez flying down the flank, as he has done oh so well for the last couple of seasons. Tried to play that back heel style and then commits the foul against Jacob Erlinson of Loudoun United.
Tough turnover from Loudoun, but they did a great job in closing Martinez down and preventing it from being dangerous.
The first of 2 matchups for these teams this season. They play again on a Tuesday night in October at Segra Field in Northern Virginia. And Loudoun enters as the number 6 seed to the Eastern Conference weekend. Headed down by Leggett. Chapman Page will simply watch that ball trickle across the byline for an Indy 11 goal kick. Indy back at home next week against the Tampa Bay Rowdies, who are just behind them in the Eastern Conference standings. Everybody giving chase to both Lou City and the Charleston Battery currently in the East. Indy already a loss to each of those 2 teams in consecutive weekends back in early April.
Crazy, though. Those are those 2 matches in early April. This is a completely different Indy 11 team than Lou City and Charleston saw.
Indy gave up 9 goals in those 2 matches. They've about given up 9 goals since that time.
Exactly.
The only outlier is the 3 goals allowed, all in the second half. 2 of those off of corner kicks last Friday night versus Rhode Island. Time now for our Keys to the Match, brought to us by your Central Indiana Ford dealers, proud sponsor of the Indy 11. And Brad, we will talk throughout the match about what happened on Tuesday night, but now for these players, it's time to look forward.
100% massive, historic win on Tuesday night, but you return to league play now. You got to be refocused on that. And a quick start, too. We've talked about the weather. We've talked about the minutes, the midweek match. You can't let this game hang around till the last 30 minutes. Come out early and see if you can put it away. If you're Loudoun, a couple things you need. Exact opposite of that. Full throttle. Get this into a back-and-forth, box-to-box game. See if you can empty the tank for Indy 11. And then this is Zach Ryan's world. He is about to break out goal-scoring star. They got some guys on his wings right now. But as he goes, the team goes, the more touches they get him, the more success they're going to have.
Chapman Page could not clear that ball the way he had hoped. A throw-in coming here for Loudoun United. It should be taken by Florian Vallo. And again, you want to hear how things are different for Loudoun United this year? Florian, 31 years of age. We mean that as a compliment, meaning there are more veteran pieces now on this roster. You see Chapman Page in his first full season, second season in total with the Indy 11. He was acquired around this time last year and made an immediate difference. That's going to be a foul whistle against Zach Ryan. See Adrian Despae out there. He and Chapman Page really had a chance to play that much together because seemingly one or the other have been injured. Josh O'Brien's been fantastic, but I would imagine O'Brien will be one of those guys that we will see. And we expect several subs in the second half. Obviously, you can get as many as 5, and I would imagine we would see O'Brien around that 60th minute mark.
Well, you talked about Despae and Callum Chapman Page and Ofemu. If you're an attacking player coming in against Indy 11, that is a back line that is going to make you look twice.
It's a stout group. Augie Williams with the pressure.
Great touch.
Douglas Martinez trying to hold up play and tries the back heel. Nothing there. For a foul, could not get it.
Yeah, Indy's doing a great job of getting it into Martinez's feet in the middle of the field. Just getting a little bit late in those supporting runs where he's got to hold it a bit too long. Loudoun then comes in with the double team and makes it difficult to get the ball out.
We saw Indy be very judicious in terms of pressure. They did it early to kind of say, hey, we're going to fight you on Tuesday against Atlanta United. I think they will do it in a similar ilk tonight, just to say, listen, there's only X amount that's going to be in these legs. And had a great conversation with Sean McCauley for Soccer Saturday earlier today on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. He goes, well, we could either bring in guys that are tired with 30 minutes to go or start those same guys that are tired and basically say, guys, give everything you have. And I think that's kind of the mentality of Coach McCauley going in.
Yeah, so you had a great conversation with Coach McCauley. Have you ever had a bad one?
That's a fair point. It's a very fair point.
He's a charismatic guy to talk to.
He is a tremendous communicator. You can see that in terms of how he has dealt with this team. The activity on the field, Giannis Learman and Augie Williams, a little spirited conversation. And what an effort from Augie on Tuesday night. Since we're talking about Soccer Saturday, we were joined by Robbie Dambrot, Augie Williams, and Tom Bogert. For many years of The Athletic, has a brand new venture. All joined us this week on Soccer Saturday. Hope you tuned in this morning on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Well, I like that thought from Ofemu, just looking to see if he can't not just head the ball to disrupt the attack, but to see if he could play it into the feet of a midfielder where Indy could get into the attack. Great turn.
Here's Leggett. Ofemu drops back, giving Leggett plenty of space. Leggett slides it across, and look at back post sliding effort to save that from being a goal for the Indy 11. But it's Loudoun United on the front foot currently. Again, looking back post, it's Ben Mines that gets ahead to it. Lindley tried to buy some extra space, couldn't get there in time. Guenzati and Vallo going to battle outside of the 18.
Just a great ball from Leggett into Vallo, and you know, you take a look at Aiden Stanley sliding in there just to deny the goal. Similar stuff that we saw in that last 20 minutes against Atlanta. Guys just doing whatever it takes.
Left-footed shot that goes all the way through Indy 11, let off the hook. Stanley now is going to need a moment. Again, Stanley has played every minute of every match so far, and he is not exactly at full strength just yet. Let's show his defensive effort. Even though he is listed as an outside back. He has played more of a midfielder role as the season has gone along. 9 assists, 7 in league play, 2 in Open Cup action for Aiden Stanley. Frankly, teams have started to kind of scheme and trying to slow down what Stanley can provide. He pays huge dividends defensively to prevent this being an early 1-goal Loudoun lead.
You talked about his durability and his consistency in the lineup. You know, there are times as a coach, you got a player like that, and you never assume you're going to play a minute without him. They're just always there for you.
He is the lone Iron Man remaining for the Indy 11 this season. He and Sebastian Guenzati, the 2 players that have played in every game this season. Martinez, Williams, Guenzati to the left. Mines makes the overlapping run. Martinez looking forward. Guenzati, 1 touch, couldn't get a second. And now Velo will start to stabilize things for Loudoun United.
Great ball in from Ben Mines, and then great little combination play between Augie Williams and Douglas Martinez.
Throw-in coming here. Let's thank our friends of the Keystone Group, specializing in transformational developments, construction, management, and investments. Outstanding crowd on this Saturday night, which we frankly have come to expect. The 4th in the league in attendance so far at the midway point of the season. This is officially the start of the second half of the season for the Indy 11. Match number 18. Ofemu's pass for Guenzati, just a bit too strong. Of course, this match is brought to us by Community Health Sports Medicine, official sports medicine provider of the Indy 11. Exceptional care simply delivered. Martinez goes to the ground. Stays on the ground. Williams couldn't get close enough to it. Farouk, and now we will hold for Martinez being down in front of the Indy 11 bench.
I like that thought, just to see if he can lift the ball over the back line in between the goalkeeper and the recovering defenders and just maybe nick it and get a piece of it. But there just wasn't enough space.
Martinez about to get to his feet. He was kind of played through by the defender for Loudoun United. It was Jacob Erlinson that knocked Martinez forward. Not enough for a whistle from our match referee tonight, and Brandon Stevas. You hear the Brickyard Battalion in full song already. And one more chance in July to see the boys in blue here at home. That is next Saturday against the Tampa Bay Rowdies. That'll be Christmas in July night. Tickets always available. 317-685-1100. Indy11.com/tickets. You need Brad's personal cell phone. I'll give that out too.
Have I given that to you? Do you have that?
Yes, I have that. Yes, thank you. See the press being picked up by Loudoun, and again, they are the road team, but they are frankly the fresher team from a legs perspective. They have not played in 10 days, and then uniquely after this, they don't play again for 11 days after this match. That's going to be a foul against Williams. Keegan Hughes was already airborne by the time that Williams made contact.
Yeah, when they come to press, they're bringing the front 3 and really trying to squeeze into pockets on the defensive third, denying Indy the ball out. If Indy can break the press like they did there, little quick cut through the seam to Cam, break that press, it's going to use that energy against Loudoun.
So Loudoun to restart. We saw this on Tuesday night from the Indy 11. When the ball is in the midfield, Indy is very compact. Here's what they attempt to do defensively, trying to limit space of the opposition. Here's Leggett.
Good cut.
Plays it across, and Salt got just enough to steer it wide. But that's twice now that on that attack from the left side that Loudoun's got a more than quality look.
There's 2 things you got to do on that. If you're Indy 1, you got to really deny the touches into Leggett and get some cover in behind him just to have another player you can run at it. But then you got to pick up. You got to be marked in the box. That's 2 opportunities that they've had.
Mines guilty of the foul. Again, Leggett has the goal of the week in the USL Championship. He has scored 4 times. He has picked up 2 assists, and very nearly had his 3rd assist of the season here. As Salt, with just a boot, able to keep that out of the back of the net.
That is so difficult to do. All your energy is moving in the other direction.
And on the cross, Leggett again made it very dangerous. Aiden Stanley got a touch to it to help steer it wide. But again, everything being dictated here by Loudoun United. Again, the question that is fair to ask for Indy: exactly how much gas is left in the tank for this match? You gave everything you had to beat Atlanta. Sometimes the schedule is not in your favor. That might be the issue tonight, as Augie Williams fouled and a much-needed breather for the home side.
Well, you spend so much more energy defending, so Indy can do themselves a bit of a favor by holding the ball. You got a handful with Leggett here on the left flank. You got to start denying the ball into him because he is talented.
Tonight's match brought to us by Sports Tech HQ. Indiana winning is in our DNA. For more information, visit forthebold.com.
And this is good. You know, the little quick movements here. You break the press, give you a little bit more time, but you get Loudoun to spill a bit of fuel.
Wotton has been getting the start as Jack Blake is now in the lineup. He and Douglas Martinez just not on the same page, but you and I have both been so impressed by what the first-year pro has done as he has got an extended opportunity these last few weeks.
Tuesday night was a masterclass from Lawrence. Just a brilliant play. And this was the right idea. It was just cooked a little bit too heavy.
Former Big Ten midfielder of the year in his days at Ohio State University. Young man from England. One of 2 players in the starting 11 for Indy tonight that are both on loan. Hunter Salt from Portland Timbers being the other. D's Pay
came down hard.
Got clattered into and landed face first as he got upended. And the last time he played in front of the home fans, he had to leave early. Let's hope that is not repeated here.
Yeah, and veteran move too. If you got a little bit dinged up, can you grab 30 seconds and let your guys get their win back again? By the way, you said Ohio State.
Yes.
Aren't you supposed to put a "the" in front of it?
Only those from the Ohio State actually put "the" in front of it. I think that is one of the most annoying things I ever heard in sports. So okay, well, I try to avoid doing that at all costs.
Yeah, so now you know where I sit with Starbucks names. Okay.
So again, you have to clue the audience into that.
No, that's between you and me.
You share,
that is between you and me.
More personal and private jokes on the air. We'll get to that, folks. Don't worry. Long distance ball, and Salt.
Good read.
Made sure it was not trouble. Ryan isolated up top.
Yeah, Ryan was on it, took a look, saw that Salt came off his line, was far enough out, and said, I'm not going to waste.
Callum Chapman-Page finds Cam Lindley. Ahead to Sebastian Guenzati. That ball takes a turn that's favorable for the Indy 11. Martinez closes it down, and great job by Erlinson to kind of shelter him away.
Well, you talk about closing it down. They do a great job. When that ball pops out wide, there's just a moment of opportunity for Indy, and then boom, you got 5-6 Loudoun players squeezing the space.
You got to go back to May 14th, the last time that Loudoun lost. That was against North Carolina FC. Since that time, they have pulled 5 wins in 7 matches, including their last 2. But really, the win that got everybody's attention was when they defeated Tampa Bay 2-0 2 weeks ago.
And tough, Ofemu, just so big, so strong. When you put your arms up on a player, they're going to go down, and it's always going to look like a foul for the official.
And Indy kind of gets to hit the reset button from a scheduling standpoint this week as McCabe finds Valo.
Great run by Valo.
Valo slides it past Chapman-Page, played across. D's Pay got to it, but offside. Believe that Kwame Awua was off in that scenario.
What a clever ball.
Mines draws contact, and Douglas Martinez separates from Leggett. You get the feeling that this might be a busy night for our match referee. It just seems chippy here in the early going.
Well, we've seen Loudoun for a number of matches, and I got to tell you something. There's a bit of swagger to this team.
If I hadn't lost in 2 months, I would feel the exact same way. course, Indy had a run like that ended against Orange County some 3 weeks ago. Indy has lost just once in the last 3 months. Headed ball, too strong for Whatton. Mines will keep the attack going. Martinez. His ball takes a deflection. Good job by McCabe to buy some time. And then Chapman Page clatters into Ryan.
It's a great turn from Ryan.
Fans, you can show your Indy 11 pride. Get your exclusive IMCU Indy 11 debit card at any IMCU branch or online at imcu.com today. Both teams are kind of taking their time on restarts. I mean, trying to shorten this in the heat and humidity of Indianapolis. Obviously, Loudoun is used to playing in these conditions as well, and they play on turf outside of the D.C. area as well, so clearly conditions they can replicate. Chapman Page successfully holds up Zach Ryan. Can Williams get there? No. Farouk had that one well read. Those two were teammates a couple of years ago with the Charleston Battery. Hugo, a veteran of several different stops here in the league.
Great read by Farouk. Quick off his line.
He's coming off back-to-back clean sheets.
Good ball, good find.
Ofemu gets back in the way. Whatton and finds Deespay. Great flick by Martinez. Guenzati applying pressure, but there's the safety valve as Hughes plays it back to Farouk. Like our friends at the Keystone Group, specializing in transformational developments, construction, management, and investments. Inside of the 18. Ball cleared away by Loudoun momentarily. And speaking of momentarily, a special guest is going to be joining us right now. It is Brandon Burnell. He is the assistant regional manager of Condado Tacos, and that is what Brad and I had the pleasure of dining on before tonight's match. So, Brandon, as always, job well done. Good to see you.
Thank you. Great to see you.
All right, tell us why partnering with the Indy 11 has made so much sense for the good folks at Condado.
Well, we just loved it in general. I mean, it's great to have another sports team here in Indianapolis. This is our 4th year of being a sponsor, but 2nd year now being a vendor inside the stadium, which we love to be here too.
And I am one that is lucky enough to live very close to a Condado Tacos location. I live in Broad Ripple, so I stop by the location at Broad Ripple Avenue on a regular basis. And the folks in Green, we're going to have that same experience coming up soon. Tell us about it.
Oh, yeah. In Broad Ripple, when we opened up in 2018, that was our first location in Indy, but now we got one open in Greenwood over on Stop 13 to open on Thursday. We're really happy to be there. Also, besides Greenwood and Broad Ripple, we're at Mass Ave, Carmel, and Noblesville.
So it's Margaritaville night.
Oh, yeah.
What you got planned here?
So, man, we were attempting to get some margaritas over here, but there were some hiccups, and it didn't happen. But speaking of margaritas, just keep in mind as well, Indiana changed their carry-out laws, so we now have to-go margaritas as well, so you can hit those up at any of our locations.
Another Indiana law that just changed was the happy hour law. What does that now mean at Condado Tacos?
Yeah. Monday through Friday, 3 to 6, you can get any of our margaritas. We have draft beer features as well, but people come for the margaritas and the tacos. You got to try our fresh mix, all fresh lime, lemon, orange, and organic agave.
So I was in the Mass Ave location about a week ago. My first time in there. What a cool vibe that is. Is that the feel for all the locations?
Yeah, the Mass Ave one, it's awesome. It's Taco Mania. Each location has a different set of murals. The Greenwood one in general, you got to check it out. It's so colorful. It's so crazy.
Now, Brandon, as a play-by-play guy, I think I'm naturally observant. I am literally paid to observe things. I see you have a bag. Do you have something for us?
We've got goodies, yeah, man. Thought we'd bring over something. We've got some cool bandanas. I know it gets a little stressful out here watching the game sometimes, so we got some stress balls.
Love it.
You got to get some free tacos, so we've got those in there as well. Some pins, and yeah, we've got a little candy in there too if you're looking for a little snack.
What I can also tell you is I saved some of my dinner for part of this as well, so there might be a little halftime Condado Tacos for me as well. Brandon, congrats on the new location.
Thank you so much.
I'll see you in Broad Ripple very soon.
Thank you.
Brandon Burnell, again, assistant regional manager for Condado Tacos. We thank them for their tremendous support of what we do with the Indy 11. So here we are in minute number 24. Still a 0-0 draw. Again, best chances so far have belonged to the visitors in Loudoun United. Anything you see right now that concerns you if you're Sean McCauley, Brad?
Leggett. And you know, the thing too with a guy like Ryan is there are artful forwards that are crafty and fluid, and he can play that game, but he's matching up against Callum Chapman-Page and absolutely love the strength in him. He's holding them off. He's looking to get that first touch, serving as a target player.
Great weave by Gwenzada to create some space. Afemu's ball, right idea, just a bit too strong, and Douglas Martinez is saying, hey, send that the other direction. Send that out wide next time. And whenever you play, 3 times in 9 days, you're going to try to get as much squad rotation as possible. Well, that midweeker being against a Major League Soccer team, given the importance of that Open Cup matching and given some of the injuries Indy is dealing with in this group, simply put, can't rotate as much as they would like to. So you're going to ask some players to really push through and battle as best they can tonight. Anytime the opponent gives you an unforced error like that one,
take it.
You smile and take it from the Indy 11 perspective.
Very impressed with, first of all, I love 3-4-3, and that's how Loudoun's playing right now, dropping their wings back, a little bit of help on the back three. But what's so impressive is as Indy is looking to get the ball into a target, they have no easy touch. There's players draped all over them. And then when they try to play the ball into space, there's just a swarm of players that closes down the channel.
Flicked by Martinez. Williams draws 3 different defenders.
Look at that. He gets one touch, and then immediately he's in a triple team.
Safe to say he's a big part of the defensive game plan then for Loudoun United tonight. Farouk able to get there quickly enough. Hustling over.
And I love the thought right there for Farouk. You got one of the best, if not the best, wing outside back in the league in Aiden Stanley, and he comes up into that space, and immediately you counter in that space to force him to have to spend energy to get back.
We have talked about Zach Ryan for Loudoun United, and rightfully so. There's another Ryan that deserves some conversation, and Brad, you've got a pretty unique connection to him. Let's talk about Ryan Martin, their head coach.
Ryan Martin, when you look at the Mount Rushmore of college soccer coaches, Dr. J. Martin at Ohio Wesleyan, his father is certainly carved onto that mountain. And 2 national championships, and Ryan was on the bench with him since he was 8 years old, and then early Dr. J said he could start to see the coach in him because he would tell him who to sub, when to sub. He would be pretty irate with how it was coached if they lost a game, and it's one of the things that kept that program so sharp.
So that'll be a foul, and a card will be shown, so a yellow goes to Ben Afemu. Advantage was being played as long as that ball was going to be collected by Leggett. But when it wasn't, you go back to the point of the foul against Owuwa. So first yellow goes against the Indy 11, and a set piece opportunity here just outside of the 18. By the way, Chapman-Page with the yellow, not Afemu. My apologies. And it wouldn't be a broadcast with Callum Chapman-Page if we were not referencing a yellow card on Callum Chapman-Page at some point in time.
I love the way he plays. Just absolutely love it. You don't get any easy touches in and around him.
For Callum Chapman-Page, that is yellow number 6. A reminder, disciplines tends to start around yellow number 8. So he's 1 away from officially being on yellow card watch and potentially missing a match. McCabe will send this in for Loudoun. Gwenzada got there first. Now Martinez has some space and has Williams up top, but the touch belies Douglas Martinez. The first person there to applaud him, Augie Williams, for the effort.
Yeah, great effort to give Indy that opportunity. You can see that moments like that, whether it's them Loudoun pushing up players for a restart or supporting an attacking moment with additional players, it's that transitional space that Indy's going to have to start exploiting.
McGowan Insurance Group and Auto Owners Insurance have teamed up to make tailored insurance policies for your family. Let's thank our friends at McGowan Insurance. I want to go back to talking about Coach Martin because, again, you and his dad coached many years in the same league, correct?
Correct. And, if he was on the bench when he was 8, he likely was on the bench when I was playing. The one thing with his dad's team at Ohio Wesleyan is there's never an easy match. They are always prepared. They always come out. There's never a moment where you say, oh, they didn't come to play today. They're always on.
And again, this, frankly, is the most talented roster, maybe the most resources that Ryan has had in his tenure. He's been the head coach of Loudoun really since the middle of season number 1 in June of 2019. Wotton just couldn't get there in time. Right idea by Chapman Page, but now that opens up space at the back for Leggett. Dees Page trying to get there as best he can. Left foot, Salt again, got it. He's got one with his right foot and now one with his left.
Wow.
Making a pair of kick saves and beauties for the Alaskan native in goal.
Terrific counterattack into Leggett. That first touch just to drag it past Dispay and give him the chance to walk in on Hunter Salt. And my goodness.
Martinez finds some room and nobody making a corresponding run. Lindley elects to keep it in play. Fires a laser intended for Guenzati. He lets it go through. Thinking a teammate was there. That was not the case. Closest player to it was Keegan Tingy. And everything has been down the left side for Loudoun United. Content to allow the backs to kind of pass back and forth when given the opportunity. So let's tell you about our friends at eFootball. eFootball 2024 is here. Live your dream, rep your team, play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now. And Chapman Page taken out by Ryan. And then Chapman Page delivers a blow of his own, and he's got to be careful. He's sitting on a yellow already. Now, it is not in his DNA to back off ever. He has to have a little bit of a pause, and I think we may be getting to the hydration break moment. It's exactly what is going to be the case here. And with temperature and humidity, given the feels like temperature above 90 heading into the match, we will get a hydration break approximately 30 minutes into each half, and we have that right now. So basically, this doubles as an extra timeout for both coaches. If you're Sean McCauley, what is the message you're delivering to your team right now?
Take a look at those transitional moments, and when you win the ball, whether they've gotten out of shape or they've pushed up for a moment, can we get quicker and better ball into that space and see if we can't use our speed up top with Augie and Dougie?
This has become a tradition in our broadcast, and I think, frankly, celebrated around the league. The players are having a hydration break. It's time for the announcers to do the same. Courtesy of our friends of Mom Water. Refreshing fruit-infused vodka water with zero carbonation, zero sugar, zero carbs, and only 90 calories. Mom Water is the perfect game day drink. Founded in Indiana and now a proud sponsor of the Indy 11. Please drink and enjoy responsibly. Hydration break has come to an end. See Sean McCauley kind of getting after his guys, and as a coach, when you know your guys are tired, which I think clearly is the case with this Indy 11 team, you're not seeing kind of any reprieve from that on Sean. You kind of have to give, that just to try to provide that spark and motivation to carry him through.
There's times that, you can sit back and not have to joystick emotion and motivation. And there's times that you say, hey, I might have to play a couple of tunes on this one. So you take a look at you're fatigued. You're back into league play. You're coming off of a historic win. So part of that is that refocus. Hey, we're back into it. And even though things are going well for us right now, you got to stay clicked in.
So Sol will get the restart here. And he'll like to move everybody to the other end of the field. And a little bit of a breeze tonight. Shouldn't affect this goal kick from Solt. No problem there. This portion of this match brought to us by Community Health Network. Exceptional care, simply delivered. Ryan flicks it, but nobody to latch onto it from the Loudoun perspective. And frankly, this has oftentimes been a match on the calendar for USL Championship teams these last 5 years where you say, hey, here's a good chance to get 3 points. That is no longer the case when you play Loudoun.
No, this is a talented team. You take a look at the way they are attacking. You look at the organization defensively, and you recognize, one, the level of players that they have is better, and you're able to see what Coach Martin can do as a coach when he's got a team that he knows is going to be with him for the whole year. Williams
digs in to maintain possession. Whatton. Williams. Whatton with a left foot. Not much of a challenge for Faroux to slide over and stop that one. Hugo Faroux has allowed 20 goals so far this season, but he has 52 saves, and he has been the only keeper that has played in USL Championship competition for Loudoun United this season.
Good build.
Whatton digs in. Forces the giveaway by Loudoun. Gwenzani has Mines and Ofemu to his right. He takes the shorter option in Ofemu. Good double by Loudoun. Ofemu charging forward inside of the 18. A rare venture forward for Ben. Gwenzani blasts away but could not get it through. And Leggett draws contact. By the way, those 52 saves for Hugo Faroux coming in. Good for 4th best in the championship. Anthony Siaha has 73 already for Monterey Bay.
Veteran little move from Leggett there. He saw I think it was Mines approaching, and didn't have too many options with the ball at his feet, so just kind of tucked into the path, drew the foul. Veteran move.
Deespe. Velo. Able to work around Deespe. Cuts it back. Opportunity here that just misses. A missed chance that time for Loudoun United. Drew Skundrich would like to have that one back. Skundrich, 1 goal scored in his first 15 matches this season.
The danger from Loudoun in the attacking third is impressive. It's not just getting some space on the wing and driving the ball into the box and hoping. That head is up. They're looking at where those runs are and seeing how they can slot it into the path.
Throw in coming for the Indy 11. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM-FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesdays at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Plus, hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM-FC 157 and the new Sirius XM app. Great sliding tackle. Will be a throw-in for the Indy 11. They launch quickly. Martinez goes down and probably would have been better served if he had gone down immediately. You frankly make that a tougher call as you get inside of the 18 for the referee. Indy 11, though, maintains possession. Here's Gwenzani.
Good ball.
Mines. Just ahead of Aiden Stanley. Deespe ambles over, but Valo will get there first for Loudoun United. Indy has 4 behind the ball, 2v4 currently, but others joining here for Loudoun, and Hunter Salt wastes no time and distributes that one to section 113. Well, obviously Salt has been the man of the match so far for the Indy 11. And as you noted, he was pretty special late. Even though giving up a late goal against Atlanta, Hunter was tremendous. For those that did not watch nor listen maybe to our radio broadcast, the Open Cup match on Tuesday, frankly, Indy was kind of the more of the dominant team in half number 1. It was not the case in half number 2. They were kind of holding on for dear life. Able to manage their way to a first win against a Major League Soccer side in 4 tries in that competition. Farouk.
Trouble.
Didn't exactly handle that one well, but did enough to find Erlandson.
It's one of those ones you almost paint yourself into a corner, and you've been there as a goalkeeper. You take that extra touch thinking something's going to open up, and then immediately you go, uh-oh.
In mass, the Indy 11 substitutions start to go towards the corner flag and begin to loosen up. And we think we'll see a lot of them near the 60th minute. Martinez get the touch on that he wanted to.
Boy, they do not give you very, very many lanes. If you're Indy 11, that ball's got to move a bit quicker.
Williams turns. Couldn't get a window. Pay provides an outlet. Leggett got there first. Mines will settle. Williams the target. Chapman, Page, and Ryan, not enough there. We play on.
You saw that turn at the top of the box from Augie Williams. And I feel like a broken record because I think I say it every game. What he does with his body to misdirect the defender before the ball comes into him is unreal, and it gives him those openings to make those turns.
Final minutes of the half brought to us by Sherwin-Williams, official paint sponsor of the Indy 11. Sherwin-Williams is the partner to the pro. From a tactics standpoint, there are some cards you can deal off the deck if you're Sean McCauley in terms of subs, but in terms of X's and O's, what are you doing differently, if anything, in half number 2?
Well, it depends. If Leggett comes out in the second half like he did in the first half, I might have Ben Mines be a little bit more judicious in when he decides to attack, just to give Afemu a little bit of help, a little bit of a front screen so that they can't get the ball into him quite as easy, and a player that can be a high side double if they're able to find his feet.
Of course, we'll talk to Sean before the halftime show really gets underway. He has been tremendous with his time on our broadcast this year. Awuwa steps into the passing lane. Ryan was flying down the middle. They didn't play it to him, but little has gone wrong when they have found Leggett flying down the left side. Here's Awuwa. Makes Mines miss once. Then the shot doesn't get through. Afemu got in the way, and then the touch towards McCabe is just a bit too strong.
That's a 42nd minute touch. You got a little bit on your legs. You need that halftime break. You see it in your head. The ball lays up correctly, but you just don't execute it.
And you can see that Indy is in a big old hurry to restart here. They're trying to get this to halftime. And Afemu, rightfully so, is told to get close to the corner flag. And frankly, Ben's an intelligent young man. He may be doing this intentionally. Again, shaving a few more sands of the hourglass to fall through here.
Yeah, he gave that fake fight of it. Like, no, I should be throwing it from here. But he was able to draw another 15, 20 seconds. And the last thing either one of these teams wants right now is to give up a fatigue goal in this moment and change the complexion of what that halftime looks like.
Indy 11 Soccer brought to us by Dormacaba, for every place that matters. We had a 2-minute hydration break. On top of that, not much more that would have forced added time before we get to halftime. Leggett knocks it forward for McCabe, but Chapman Page does it up. And Salt will send that in the vicinity of the west edge of campus here at IU Indianapolis.
What a ball.
Martinez takes a bit of a skip off the turf. One times it back post looking for Williams. Stanley stands it up and is able to track it down. Wanted on his front foot, didn't get it. Chapman Page will redirect.
So that direct ball from Cam out into the space for Douglas Martinez, and that's one of the things that you're going to have to do to be effective against Loudoun, because they're just jamming up all the pockets.
You talked about the intelligence, the spatial awareness that Augie Williams has and creates. Nearly pulled it off that time again, literally deked one way, tried to leave the door open the other, just couldn't time it properly, and the ball goes to Farouk.
It's absolutely incredible. If you're a young player trying to figure out how to get your first touch with more space and more time, watch what he does before the ball comes to him.
Leggett got in there, beat Afemu to it.
Trouble.
Leggett has a blast. Afemu closes the door, and then Mines effectively works his way around a defender. He's got 3 options. Does Ben nudges it forward to Martinez, who stayed onside, but again Martinez's cross well overcooked. And again, this is just not the sharpness we are used to seeing from the Indy 11. And credit Loudoun. That's not to take anything. Loudoun has been the better team. Make no mistake about it. But this is not the usual acuity that you would see from the team in blue. And Ryan is just a hair.
Almost timed it perfect.
And by hair, about 3 yards offside. 3 minutes, by the way, of additional time before we get to our halftime break. What Mines. Throw in coming here for the Indy 11. Stay tuned. Coming up at halftime, a full recap of the Open Cup win on Tuesday night. Plus a look around the USL Championship. Plenty of great opportunities to watch this league on national TV. Coming up in the next few weeks, Guenzati inside of the 18. Martinez, Williams, trying to turn. Dispay slows down the opportunity to counter for Loudoun United. We'll talk to Sean McCauley. We won't to Ryan Martin. What is his message going to be to the visitors at halftime, Brad?
I think he's excited. I think he feels, you know, if we keep playing this way, if we keep this pace, we keep running at him, keep putting that ball down the left side, good things are going to happen for us.
Guenzati trying to set up a shot. Cut it back, didn't get anything on it. Lindley digs in and maintains possession. For Indy 11 of note, Romario Williams is available for as many minutes as need be in this game. Owuwa gets there, has Leggett to his left. Leggett can get the shot away. Dispay, tremendous job with the shot block at Indy. Now, you mentioned it right off the top, Brad. They have been every bit as good in blocking shots tonight as they were on Tuesday against Atlanta United, but
well, that's just a great read from Dispay. You take a look, and he recognizes that Leggett is going to want to cut to the inside to give himself a better shooting angle. And so he's just laying off a little bit. And as soon as Leggett takes that touch to the middle and he gets Afemu a bit wrong-footed, Dispay comes in, and together they both close down that shooting window.
The USL Championship is on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches, expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Galazo Network and ESPN Plus. Go to USLChampionship.com for complete USL TV listings. The usual suspects off the bench for Indy. Tyler Gibson, Elliot Collier, Max Schneider. Again, Josh O'Brien defensively, but Romario Williams available as well. Martinez, and deemed to be last touch by the Indy 11 as Skundrich blasts his way through. And that just might about do it for half number one. No need for further activity. Well, Loudoun has been the better team. However, it doesn't reflect that in the scoreboard. We are scoreless through our opening 45 minutes of play. Head coach Sean McCauley will be joining us coming up in just a matter of moments.
Well, even though they didn't play midweek, You can see there was no hurry up to throw that ball in. You know, the fatigue on Loudoun was evident as well those last few minutes.
We'll get the headsets on Coach McCauley coming up here in just a matter of moments. Want to make sure we give him plenty of time to talk to his team at the halftime break. Coach McCauley is with us now. Sean, again, I know your team's a bit gassed, and understandably so, from the last couple of matches. Your thoughts on what you saw from your club there in the first 45 minutes?
Yeah, we've not been good enough, and we do look gassed, so I'm going to make some changes. I'm going to bring 2 on immediately, maybe 3. I'll have a look, because there's a couple of bumps and bruises we're dealing with as well, and I need to get the fresh legs on. Anything really that changed from a tactic standpoint, or just kind of getting some different pieces out there? Nah, different pieces. And tactics can also involve things like challenging and tackling and positions, and you know, we need fresh legs on so that we can make tackles and make the game simple again, where, you know, when we have the ball, we've got to try and pass it and create scoring opportunities. When we don't have the ball, we've got to try and get against people and make it difficult for them. Coach, as always, thank you. We'll talk to you post-match. Thanks. Sean McCauley, head coach of the Indy 11, his thoughts. And again, as we expected, you're going to see some different faces coming up in half number 2. Half number 1, again, a scoreless draw to this point, but make no mistake, the upstarts from Northern Virginia, they've been the better team tonight, looking for 8th consecutive match without a loss. We're scoreless in Indianapolis on ESPN+.
It's very true that it takes a village to raise a child. And when it comes to my healthcare village at Community Health Network, it's all nestled right in my phone. Accessing healthcare is the ability to be connected with your provider and ask a question when you need it. I feel like when I'm meeting with a community nurse practitioner or doctor, they're tuned in to what is going on with me and the way that they can serve me best.
Stand by me. And the winner of the Indianapolis 500.
Indiana, winning is in our DNA. We're winning the future with $22 billion in new business investment, building an economy of the future with unprecedented momentum. Indiana, for the winners.
It is halftime on a steamy Saturday evening in downtown Indianapolis. 3rd match in 9 days for the Indy 11. Tonight's opponent, Loudoun United. We'll get back to this match in a matter of moments, but let's go back to Tuesday night in similar playing conditions on the north side of Atlanta. An historic night on many fronts for the Indy 11. Let's get it started with a 1-0 lead in the 31st minute. Augie Williams on splendid service from Douglas Martinez. The own goal by Dax McCarty. Indy 11 hangs on for a 2-1 victory. A first win against a Major League Soccer club and continuing the deepest path ever in U.S. Open Cup play for the Indy 11.
Yeah, a great match to watch. You take a look at, you could just see how drained everyone was that last 15 to 20 minutes. So you had to grind it out. It was such a gritty performance that last third.
The Indy 11, the last USL Championships team standing. Sacramento hosted Seattle, got down 2-0 early, lost that one 2-1. New Mexico United lost at LAFC 3-1. So from 8, we go to 4. Here are the semifinal matchups that are set. And Indy knew even with their win in Atlanta, they would go on the road to either Sporting Kansas City or FC Dallas. That match will be either August 27th or August 28th. Winner of those 2 semifinals will see each other in the Open Cup Championship on September the 25th.
And I feel so blessed. You take a look at this club, every win is important, but 3 iconic wins are the first one in club history, miracle at the mic, and a cup set, and we've been fortunate to be on the sidelines for each.
And if you are wondering just how the non-MLS sides have done in this tournament, well, just 2 years ago, Sacramento Republic made it to the championship match. FC Cincinnati, 2 years before making their MLS debut, reached the semifinal. Look what Charlotte did back in 2015, and I love any chance we have to bring up the Rochester Raging Rhinos, the last non-MLS champion of this event back in 1999, 25 years ago. Indy 11, 2 matches away from glory.
Yeah, that Rochester squad was fantastic. It was loaded, similar to that 2017 FC Cincinnati one that we had the chance to face just before they went to the MLS.
Now, while we're throwing out plaudits, how about we do this for the visiting team as well? Congratulations to Riley Badois, young man that can represent New Zealand. He will be playing in the upcoming Olympics. Frankly, the United States has not been in the Olympics from men's soccer in some time. They will have a squad going forward this year, and there is an Indy 11 tie. James Musa, who just joined the team a couple of weeks ago, he played for the Kiwis some 12 years ago in the Olympics.
Well, what's really cool about the USL Championship is the way that the play has elevated, the players have elevated, the coaches have elevated, that you're starting to see these players on the national stage.
And as you look at the bottom of your screen, yes, the U.S. and New Zealand will square off. They're in the same group when it comes to the Olympic tournament that starts in less than 2 weeks in and around Paris. Back with more in a moment. Halftime in Indianapolis, Indy 11 and Loudoun United. More comes your way next on WRTV and ESPN+.
Is it somebody's birthday? Dad, come watch us hit this ugly piñata. Dad!
When Hornets show up, so do we. Terminix it.
They're hungry for the women's game. They want to see women's soccer. They want to play women's soccer, and that's what we're building at the USL.
You can see it in my eyes when we walk past. Running every night, won't settle for less. Got me looking to the sky, got me feeling blessed. Got this fire burning up inside of my chest. Burning up inside of my chest. Got this fire burning up inside of my chest.
The 2 most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why.
Yeah, sweet. I said what I said. I don't care. I paint the town red.
If you can survive this, it's going to make the whole story that much better.
The bright horses are broken free from the fields.
Danny Griffin! Oh, that's a wonderful captain's goal for the Riverhounds! Sends it front! No! Michi Angelina!
When mosquitoes show up, so do we. Terminix it.
I'm a happy-go-lucky guy, but sometimes I get a little stressed because I'm not for sure what's going to happen down the road. I was at the cancer unit, and when I come out from seeing the doctor, I said something about needing some help with all the paperwork. They gave me a name and a phone number. Her name was Molly. She works over at Community. She tells me, stop worrying. Let me take care of it. She is my angel.
Stand by me.
Back at halftime, scoreless through the opening 45 minutes of play. Some change to be expected for the Indy 11 to start half number 2. It really hasn't changed as of late. Is Indy's place in the Eastern Conference standings. Let's show that to you now. Again, Indy solidly in third. Now, there's teams behind them that are in action or have already been in action today. Again, everybody is chasing Lou City and Charleston and Franklin. Those teams are kind of largely away. Good news is Indy has games in hand on both of those two. I mean, that won't be the case after tonight's match for the Indy 11. So let's take a look around the Eastern Conference scoreboard because There was a match last night, and there was a match earlier today that have an impact on that. And frankly, both of them went well for the Indy 11. A 2-2 draw for Charleston. I think it's Hartford, and remember, Memphis is in the West now. So Memphis beating Detroit certainly helps the Indy 11 because, Brad, Detroit has been the team that is in games on hand on everybody as of late.
And they've just been playing fantastic. The other thing to note there is the Riverhounds scoring 3. That's not, Bob Lilly's a defend and grind it out, and they've gone through probably the longest scoreless streak in Bob Lilly's career. So there was a bit of fire in him today.
Rhode Island leading Miami at halftime. The Switchbacks leading in Birmingham. Orange County trailing to Tampa Bay again. Tampa Bay is the team that's immediately behind the Indy 11, and they are here next Saturday night. So big couple of weeks in terms of the Eastern Conference standings for the Indy 11. These next 2 home games before going on the road the next couple of weeks. We've talked about this for quite some time. The Summer of Soccer, the USL on CBS. Again, 2 network television games. Sunday, July 21st, as Sacramento will take on the Oakland Roots. And on August 3rd, Detroit City hosts Rhode Island. But these are all the various games you can see on ESPN2, CBS Sports Network, CBS. That's 11 of them starting this Wednesday over the course of the next 4 weeks. It all starts with Legion and Rhode Island, 8 o'clock Wednesday on CBS Sports Network. We'll take this quick time out. Second half action is not too far away. Indy 11 soccer as you're watching on ESPN+.
The main part of my job is definitely listening. People deserve transparency. I don't want the financial part to be something that stops or hinders a patient from having the health care that they need. I try to treat each person like they're my mom or my grandmother, my daughter, my husband. I want them to know that they're not just another phone call for us. And it's very rewarding to know that I can provide peace of mind.
Stand by me. Meet Chip. 30 years ago, he started a small business with a big idea. Today, there's a new building, a new fleet of equipment, and a new era of leadership. But we know Chip, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know he plans to keep growing, building business with the next generation. IMCU is here to help with secure and simple account management tools and commercial financing to grow business. Today, it's all about Chip. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
When your cat's a me, then your dog is too.
And it's hard to know what's fake or true.
Just raise a glass with a friend or two.
You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more, do.
When the online trends keep getting worse,
and you lost your keys in the metaverse.
Now your right swipe just went left on you.
You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more, do.
It's a crazy world, so what do you do?
You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more, do.
At Security Federal, our flexible banking solutions mean your financial future has never been brighter. Our business options will keep you one step ahead of the competition, and the communities we serve can depend on us to be there when it counts. At Security Federal Savings Bank, flexibility means everything because it's all about you. Now offering free business and personal checking. Call or visit us online today.
Tonight's match is presented by Community Health Sports Medicine. Exceptional care simply delivered. And by your Central Indiana Ford dealers. Your Central Indiana Ford dealers are a proud sponsor of Indy 11 Soccer. Visit your local Ford dealer today for great deals on your favorite Ford vehicle. Moments away from the start of half number 2. Those stats, again, Indy 11 had possession, but the shot total is what gets your attention. 8-3 in favor of Loudoun United. We don't really show you kind of dangerous chances, but believe me, they were all tilted towards the visiting side in half number 1.
They did a fantastic job of not just creating opportunities in the attacking third, but making them really dangerous.
A trio of substitutions for the Indy 11. Romario Williams in for Augie Williams. Josh O'Brien in for Adrian Deespay. And Tyler Gibson in for Cam Lindley. So about as short of a night as we have seen for Cam Lindley in a long time. And again, we knew we would see a lot of Romario Williams tonight because he's cup tied. He came to the Indy 11 about a month ago, did so from Hartford Athletic, where he'd already played in the U.S. Open Cup. So he couldn't play on Tuesday night. You knew he'd be the freshest legs of any player. He'll go to the final 45 for Sean McCauley's team.
Yeah, and if you're a player of his talent and his ability to score, and you know you got fresh legs, everybody on the field's a little bit gassed, and you only have to go 45 minutes, you go into fifth gear pretty quick.
And O'Brien was an expected starter, and now Romario Williams will be shown a yellow card. He's got to be careful. He made contact on Hugo Farou, with Farou on that distribution from the back. So Romario Williams gets a yellow card less than a minute into his appearance in tonight's match. And as noted, Farou has been the only goalkeeper that has seen time in a championship match this year. Got him on the follow through. The second yellow of the match for the Indy 11. The first goes to Callum Chapman-Page. Dane Jacoman is the backup for Loudoun United. And he is getting the gloves on just in case he is needed. Now, as you can tell, Farou is back to a seated position.
When you're the backup and you get your gloves on, you're getting kind of in the mindset to go in, and then you immediately sit down. You've gotten the signal, or you just recognize how tough he is.
Tonight's match brought to us by Dormicava, for every place that matters. Farou hobbles after he blasts that one some 70 yards down the park. Bit of an extended run for Tyler Gibson. We saw him score a goal in his last USL Championship match. At the time, what he hoped would be the winner to put Indy 11 up 3-2 against Rhode Island late last Friday night. Foul called against Douglas Martinez of the Indy 11. There's been a whole lot of whistles in this contest, but only a couple of yellows shown so far. Erlinson, the victim of the physical challenge from Martinez.
He got his ankle stepped on, looked like he might have lost his boot.
Your Central Indiana Ford dealers are a proud sponsor of Indy 11 soccer. Visit your local Ford dealer today for great deals on your favorite Ford vehicle. Whatton just avoids an issue from Leggett when Zadi, right idea, could not find Martinez. And Romario Williams got the start against Rhode Island last Friday night. Acquired in exchange for Yunus Boudadi from Hartford Athletic back in the month of June. 58 goals in USL Championship play for Williams.
Good press.
And again, hovering around Farou. Turf bounce works out for the Indy 11 as Leggett could not track it down. Good job to get a boot in there by Gibson. Then Gwenzati goes to the turf, and again, nothing doing from our match referee. Content to let kind of the ball around the back a little bit here from Loudoun.
Yeah, good defensive shape. No reason to come out and try and press it.
And he only has 2 subs they can now use for the remainder of this match after subbing 3 at halftime. And as you could tell from Sean McCauley, he felt it was absolutely necessary, and frankly, your eyes would tell you the exact same thing. Was there a touch there? Yes.
Right, little nudge by Gwenzati.
Just enough to the veteran. Spent time with the New York Cosmos, the Tampa Bay Rowdies, and now the Indy 11 in year number 2. Chapman Page, like it got a boot to it, but a throw in coming now for the Indy 11 here in minute number 51. Stanley told to back it up just a pace or two. Williams. Wenzati.
It's a great fight. There's just no space. They bring so many players shifted over into this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players. Taking up every passing lane.
Loudoun trying to secure their playoff spot for the first time in franchise history. We got a lot of ground to play between now and then.
Oh, it's a nice roster, though.
And it's a completely different team. Restart coming here for Loudoun. Sports This Match brought to us by Community Health Sports Medicine, official sports medicine provider of the Indy 11. Exceptional care simply delivered. Indy 3 more matches to close out the month of July. We'll go to FC Tulsa on Friday, July 26th. And that is no longer a conference foe for the Indy 11 as they're out west. Ryan held up by Chapman Page. That ball across the byline. Goal kick coming for Hunter Solt.
It is such a great battle between Callum Chapman Page and Zach Ryan. Watch the contact. Watch how strong both of these players are fighting for positioning before the ball gets in.
Sun starting to set to our west. Again, this is an east-west pitch for those of you watching. More of the Loudoun perspective than the Indy perspective. Solt's goal clearance not amongst his best. Gibson. Now here's Mines. Mines to Martinez. Right idea. Just too much on it.
I think if he's able to get that ball just a foot or so over, Dougie Martinez is able to get a touch on it and walk in.
Martinez assist on Tuesday was an absolute thing of beauty. And he came in as a sub against Rhode Island last Friday. Exited late in the second half on Tuesday. But it's fair to wonder how much he has left in the tank. Offside flag goes up. You would assume that Elliot Collier likely will hear his number called at some point. Maybe in the next 10 minutes or so to replace the man that is on your screen now in Douglas Martinez. Collier got his second championship goal of the campaign in the 3-3 draw last Friday night in Providence. Collier, as he does in most matches, was on to close it out, and frankly it was his run that led to the McCarty own goal that ended up being the game-winning goal on Tuesday night. Fans, you can show your Indy 11 pride. Get your exclusive IMCU Indy 11 debit card at any IMCU branch or online at imcu.com today.
You can see Romario Williams is just hanging out, waiting for that ball back to the keeper, seeing if he can't pounce on it.
We are seeing the effect of the fresh legs for the Indy 11. They are being a bit more aggressive in terms of the press. You can see the difference that O'Brien is making. You talked about Romario Williams, Tyler Gibson as well. Williams, I think that's going to be a corner, and
great effort.
Our folks at Wilson Keough and Winningham are getting worried.
They were holding their breath.
We had not mentioned them for the first 55 minutes. They are our corner kick sponsor, and usually by now I have said that wonderful firm's name about 9 times. Not the case this evening. It's our first corner kick of the match.
They thought you forgot about them.
We could never forget about Wilson Keough Winningham.
You know, moments like this are critical in a game where fatigue is factoring in.
This is where Indy has picked up so many goals. It's a reason why Aiden Stanley has 9 assists on the season, combining Open Cup play and USL Championship play. Looking back post. Wotton. And now an opportunity here. Numbers for Loudoun United. Just knock it forward. Only Ben Mines is back, and Mines played it exceedingly well, draws the foul. Good job by Ben Mines. He had to get that right, and he did.
Yeah, it's a tough job. You're only called on every now and then. You're back there because of your pace. You put the big bodies into the box on the corner kick, and you leave a pacey player back just in case they get an opportunity like that. He played that perfectly.
Williams just simply stepped on the ball. That happens from time to time. See, a first substitution has made his way to the Loudoun United bench. We'll get you a number coming up in a matter of moments. Good win by Chapman Page for Indy. Great step by Wotton.
Unreal.
Good in front of Velo. Wins out of the target. Wotton unrelenting in his pressure. Throw in coming for Loudoun United. Sports This Match brought to us by Sports Tech HQ. Indiana winning is in our DNA. For more information, visit forthebold.com. Abdelatif Abukura is the player that is about to head towards the fourth official for Loudoun United. Be their first sub of this match. Say a couple of minutes from now. Ball gets by Mines. Opportunity here. Mines gets shoulder to shoulder. Good recovery by Mines. Ball sent across, headed down the back of the net. Loudoun United breaks through. They've been knocked at the door for most of the match, and they take the lead in minute number 58.
Great quick play down the wing. Great battle from Ben Mines, just able to break that press, get a nice serve off. Leggett, who's been a handful all night, finds himself in the right spot.
Mines recovered, but Awuah just kept going. Leggett nudges it past Hunter Salt. And now does Indy 11 have it in them to try to draw one back and get this match on level terms?
A deceptive little turn on Mines. You thought he was going to come into the middle where there was more space. He turns to the end line, gets enough of a window to drive that ball across.
For Awuah, it is his team high 4th assist. For Leggett, it is his 5th goal. That is good for 2nd best on the squad. And frankly, now it is a score that matches what the eyeball test has told you. Loudoun has been the better team tonight. They now have a 1-goal lead.
Now let's see if they change. If they sit in a little bit more, they continue to play with their front line pressing.
Elliot Collier already by the Indy 11 bench, and a foul called against Wotton. And once this sub gets made, Indy has one more change they can make in the last 30+ minutes. And frankly, if I'm Loudoun, I don't think they're changing a thing right now. I think it's
they got to go in. I mean, you take a look at the dangerous opportunities. They've come from Loudoun attacking out wide and driving that ball across the middle, and you can't think of that pivotal moment in the attacking third for Indy 11 where it's really been dangerous. There's been a couple of if it was just a little more space, something could have happened. But Loudoun has been the more dangerous team in the attacking third.
Chapman Page will blast that ball off of Ryan. Throw in coming for Indy. So it's Ben Mines that will exit. Collier will come on. When Zani thought it was him, that was not the case. Mines off to the side, and I think Elliot Collier is simply saying, hey, you've got a different role now that Elliot is entering in.
I think in this situation, you drop Douglas Martinez into Ben Mines' spot, and you move Guenzati over to where Douglas was. Had so much effective play from Martinez out on the wing, both last year and this year.
O'Brien finds Stanley. Gibson wearing the captain's armband as he came in for Cam Lindley. He began the year wearing the captain's armband when Holly was starting on a more regular basis. Now the question is, how long can Martinez go for the Indy 11?
I think he's actually going to be more effective right now in this role.
When Zadi goes to the turf, was trying to draw that contact, but not enough in it, says the referee.
As you look at how solid Loudoun has been defensively, every time Martinez or Augie Williams would get the ball, there's a quick triple team coming on that first touch. And now you look at Martinez, he's going to be coming out of the back line and from the wing. There's going to be a little bit more deception to his ability to get forward.
Chapman Page heads it back to midfield. Whatton's ball somehow finds Aiden Stanley. Williams in front. Collier the overlapping run. Collier. Right idea. And Gwenzati could not connect. Abukora now has made his way to the fourth official. He is 19 years of age and he has 4 goals on the season in 15 matches played so far. And then Afemu called for the foul. So Abukora makes his way back to the fourth official. He'll come in replacing Wesley Leggett. Before we go any further, let's tell you about our friends, the Denny Companies. The Denny Companies tearing down the past so you can build the future. The goal scorer will exit. Frankly, I know Abukora is a very good player, but from the Indy perspective, they're happy to see Leggett leave because they had no answer for him all night long.
Yeah, he was phenomenal in the first half. You wonder if he either ran out of gas a little bit with all those box-to-box runs, or if Indy just jammed up his space, because these last 15 minutes here in the second half and the last 10 to 15 in the first half, he just wasn't getting the same opportunities he got in the first 30 minutes.
Foul called against Loudoun United. Chapman Page draws contact against Callums because he's already sent on a yellow, while this is going to be against Ryan. What he can't do is retaliate. And Callum,
everything in his power,
pump the brakes. So Zach Ryan is shown yellow. First yellow shown to a Loudoun player in tonight's match.
It's been a 63-minute battle between those two.
And I'm not sure that's changing anytime soon. Indy looking for their first home win since June 15th. This is just their second match during that duration. But uniquely, they frankly have had more success away from this building than they have here at home. Part of that is just kind of circumstancing, and tonight sometimes the schedule just doesn't work in your favor, and this was a creation of Indy's own success, having to play that Open Cup match on Tuesday night, and given the effort Indy gave, you knew this was going to be tough. It has been an uphill battle seemingly from the start for Sean McCauley's team.
Yeah, your mindset right now, let's get that one. Let's see if we can't grab a point tonight. You look at next Saturday night against Tampa Bay, and they're a point behind right now, leading at the half. And so regardless of how these two games shape up, those two are going to be a battle to flip-flop positions again next week.
Abukora flying in with those fresh legs. Looking to make the turn on Gibson.
Good find.
Has scuffed a little bit. Ryan goes down again. Not enough in it.
He knew it. He didn't try to sell it.
Faroux has to hustle over and just plays it sideways. Great job by Williams. There was not much there for Indy, but they will take a deep throw next to the corner flag because of Romario Williams' effort.
Right, and the way Romario Williams was pressing that ball through that channel, Faroux knew if he drives it into him and that ball stays on the field, there's going to be trouble. Let me just get it off the field, get my defenders to get back into shape, and let's live to fight another day.
Pressure by Stanley creates an opportunity for Collier, but couldn't walk it past Florian Valo. Quinzati. Afemu held up.
Clever.
Afemu lines it in, but nothing comes of it. Allo and Chapman Page, former teammates in their days in Miami.
Oh.
Missed opportunity by Loudoun.
Good little combination, yep.
This match is brought to you by your Central Indiana Ford dealers, proud sponsor of Indy 11 soccer. Advantage is being played, but Williams had nobody to make a supporting run.
In those little moments, you know, there's no stat for him, but Romario Williams holding up that ball and allowing his teammates comes up also stretches out this span of time that Loudoun has to spend energy defending.
Gibson. The longer spells of possession for the Indy 11 tonight, but can they do something with it?
You look at the discipline in Loudoun. I mean, there's just no channels. Once they get bunkered down defensively, there's just very few little windows. The ball's got to move a little bit quicker, see if you can't draw somebody out of their spot, and then attack that window.
Indy has been shut out one time all season. It was their last match in this building, the 1-0 loss to Orange County. Collier, Williams. Frankly, that is as dangerous of a look as Indy has had in and around the 6. Select is the official match ball supply of the USL Championship and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice.
And you may need to at this point right now. You're not really getting dangerous opportunities through the run of play. You know, looking at a restart or an opportunity there, you might need to have some one-on-one battles where you take a guy on, see if you can't draw a foul and give yourself the chance to put a dangerous ball into the box.
With that touch last, Ryan, yep, in the 11 ball. 2 subs have made their way to the Loudoun United bench. Raleigh Badois is one of them. Chronicle history at halftime, going to play for the New Zealand Olympic teams. He'll miss a couple of weeks. In fact, this may be his last match. He'll play until August for Loudoun United. We'll go back to loosening up for now, but he's got the kit on when needed. Isaiah Johnson, a similar position for Loudoun United currently. Possession is picked up for the Indy 11, and they led that stat 54-46 at halftime. But in terms of threatening possession, it has been minimal for Indy tonight. Martinez trying to find Quinzati.
It's almost got to be a perfect ball in because the amount of space you have is negligible.
Afemu
doing little dances on the right side.
Williams got ahead to it, but steers it wide. So Indy's at least getting the ball in and around the 6, which we had not seen until the last couple of trips down the pitch. Indy's still trying to crack the code with 21 minutes and changing, and we'll have a hydration break that will come our way in about 5 minutes or so.
Turnover.
Afemu. Well, Afemu. And again, defenders usually are asked to play a little bit more in theory in situations like this, but Afemu giving maximum effort in tonight's match.
Well, similar on Tuesday night. You know, he gets forward very, very well.
Flag stays down. Ball sprayed wide. And I think Keegan Tingy frankly, was surprised that the flag didn't go up, because as soon as he blasted that ball wide right, his first glance was at the assistant referee, thinking that flag was going to come up at any moment.
It's crazy how just that thought gets in your head, and it's enough to take away your ability to put that ball exactly where you want it.
Again, one chance converted on by Loudoun. They have frankly had 4 or 5 at this point. A couple of dramatic saves in the first half by Hunter Salt. That one, no save needed, as that one went to the side netting. Now here's Ryan as we quickly get back to action. Flag goes up this time, and again the rebound tapped home by Ryan, but Abukura was in offside position. Now that Indy is chasing the game, if this is 0-0, they would have taken another 30 seconds off the clock. But now that you're down a goal, you have to go get it, which is what Indy is trying to do here.
But you take a look at it, even with the fatigue, and we saw it on Tuesday night, it's what led to that second goal. The Famu's willingness to get forward despite being on tired legs.
And Indy is going to go a little younger in terms of their attack tonight. And something that they really have not done much of this year is Faru will let this ball trickle for a while and then snag it. So about to enter is going to be Logan Neidlinger. Logan is on an academy deal. The minutes have been, well, next to none for the academy kids this season. Neidlinger has the kid on. He is 19 years of age. Valo. And with Ryan to his left. Plays it all the way across. Famu got ahead to it. Button by some more space. Collier trying to avoid the pressure.
Hey, you get into the middle third and the attacking third, you got a double team or triple team coming on your second touch.
By the way, doing a quick check of the minutes played this year. These would be the first minutes played by a player on an academy deal this season for the Indy 11 in minute number 18.
So your heart's beating a little bit fast right now. You got fresh legs. That could be a recipe for something really good.
Tonight's match brought to us by the Morales Group. Staffing agencies find jobs. We build futures. So Neidlinger will be the 5th and final sub this evening for the Indy 11. Collier at the edge of the 18. Collier trying to drive through left foot. Collier!
Oh my goodness!
Collier out of nothing gives the Indy 11 back on level ground in minute number 74. It is time to cue the smoke in Indianapolis.
What a moment of individual brilliance as that ball looked like it was going to slip away a couple times in there, creates himself just enough of a lane and fires that ball past Faru.
Watching Collier move is kind of like watching a praying mantis getting ready to attack. All arms and legs, the former Loyola Chicago Rambler. And how he got that ball up and brought it down around Faru defied the laws of physics for his 3rd goal of the season.
And you look at Loudoun, you know, it's the same thing. On his second touch, he's in a triple team. And for moments in there, it looked like he was out of control and going to lose the ball. So you don't fault any Loudoun player for sticking a foot in.
And how about Elliot Collier now has scored in each of his last 2 USL Championship matches. And again, if Dax McCarty doesn't get a foot to the ball on Tuesday night, he probably has scored in 3 consecutive matches. Ended up being McCarty credited for the own goal instead on Tuesday.
Yeah, I think Coach McCauley and Elliot Collier have found a good role for him. He comes in with such unrelenting energy and just the deceptive way that he closes play down.
For a hydration break or a smoke break from the Brickyard Battalion, let's thank our friends at 450 North Brewing. Innovation and creativity through libations. What could the folks at 450 North, Brad, bring us for our hydration break here in the broadcast booth?
Well, they have an Indy 11 branded slushy. That seems like it would be good right
sounds
now.
Tremendously desirable right now here in Central Indiana.
Margaritaville night, are you kidding me?
So as the smell of sulfur wafts throughout a great crowd here at Carroll Stadium, Indy 11 been averaging 9,500 fans a game so far this year.
I actually really like that smell, and I don't know if it's because it's conditioned me that it's a goal that got scored, and it's just that Pavlovian dog kind of thing, because if you've ever smelled a goalkeeper's gloves, they smell horrendous. However, if you're a goalkeeper, it's something about that smell that makes you say, hey, it's time to go play.
And certainly that was against the run of play. Now can Indy hang on to keep the point or find a way to create another scoring opportunity here? And again, Neidlinger remains on the sideline. He is yet to enter. One sub remaining for the Indy 11. Ryan slides it through. Chapman Page gets it booed in, then draws the foul. Exceedingly well done by Callum Chapman Page. That was Abu Kora. It was close to breaking free.
That's one of the things. I just love the way Callum Chapman Page, everything is, he does not make anything easy for you.
And all other sub activity has stopped for the Indy 11. It is going to be Neidlinger that's going to get the opportunity. I said he was 19. He's not 19 yet. He's 18. He turns 19 just after Labor Day. Good close down by O'Brien. Guenzati, the seemingly tireless Sebastian Guenzati. Even better touches as we keep talking about him. Collier.
How about it?
Lifts it over one defender, but blasted away from the second. And again, I'm not sure, because of just kind of the way this match has been played, if there becomes a scenario where Loudoun feels good about 1 point. I mean, they're going for the full three the entire way. Nifty to say the least for Elliot Collier. Romario Williams. Collier just couldn't get there in time. Tremendously well defended by Tingy.
Elliot Collier has got all the tools in his toolbox polished for tonight.
Martinez, you love the hustle. But Abu Kora works it away from him. And Wooden wisely realizes don't commit a foul, especially because O'Brien's waiting right behind him.
One touch too many. That ball needed to move to the weak side.
Well, obviously this Indy 11 squad has been infused with confidence after that goal by Collier. As any soccer fan well knows, there are draws that feel like wins and draws that feel like losses. To some, for Indy, that Rhode Island draw could have felt like a loss. This, if it stays this way, would feel the opposite. But again, lots of time left to go. Stanley does just enough.
And that's where, despite fatigue, you look at the scoreboard, you say, hey, 11 minutes and change left. I can fight through it. I can do anything for 11 minutes.
Tonight's matchup brought to us by Johnson Controls, the power behind your mission. That should be, I believe, Indy 11, yep, because it actually hit the Loudoun player who was on the ground in Abu Kora. He's asking for a foul and does not get it.
And Guenzati, he scraps and fights for every ball.
Now this resiliency on display from the Indy 11. Frankly, it's been their hallmark all season long. Stanley touch works his way around Tingy. Slides it to O'Brien. O'Brien, again, not usually a score-first player, so he distributes to one who is, and Martinez looking back post. O'Brien just couldn't time it out.
The flavor of this match has changed.
Deft touch by Wooden. But that one got away from him. But the same can be said for Ryan.
Which is a blessing for Indy 11. O'Brien is a bit gassed on there, didn't have it to make that recovery run in time, and Ryan had space and just mistouched the ball.
Collier.
Want to try it again?
Little nudge forward, Elliot Collier. Left foot. Guenzati. Let's hope he's all right. Yeah, that's just frustration. Saw the look on his face that ankle or knee might be bothering him a little bit. And Indy does have that one sub remaining. Zani 3 goals on the season. Of course, this match brought to us by the Keystone Group, specializing in transformational developments, construction, management, and investments. Peru not in the best of positions, but they themselves not in position to make him pay for that. Skundrich.
Oh, that's a great thought.
Martinez. Sometimes the ball finds you. Now Gibson back to Martinez, who times out his run quite well. Erlinson does just enough, and then Martinez going to be called for the foul.
Great little creative buildup from Loudoun. Douglas Martinez just read it brilliantly. Was out on the counter pretty quick. Dangerous opportunity.
Tonight's match brought to part by Hyatt Place and Hyatt House. Downtown Indianapolis. Experience comfort in downtown Indy. By the way, we learned on our trip to Atlanta that the Hyatt Place in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, also a quality hotel property.
And breakfast was pretty good too.
Fantastic. Brad and I had a road trip to the north side of Atlanta. Monday evening, Tuesday, and Wednesday morning. Your radio on 93.5 and 107.5. The Fan for the Open Cup quarterfinal. We hope to have a reprise of that on August 27th or 28th for the Open Cup semifinals in Kansas City. Indy, the last remaining team from the championship, still playing in the tournament. Now here's Martinez flying forward. Williams in front and finds him. Williams has Wotton. Play it to Stanley instead. Hillier will widen out to assist in the attack. Stanley deflected off of a Loudoun player, and nothing comes from the opportunity for Indy.
And you can see in that turnover, Martinez gets the ball and starts breaking out on the right side, and the body language from Loudoun in their recovery runs just screamed of fatigue.
Cristiano Francois, by the way, is to the 4th official for Loudoun United. Logan Nylinger's been waiting for about 10 minutes since he thought he was going to the 4th official. Now he is finally there. So Logan's about to make his season debut for the Indy 11 on an academy contract. So first for Loudoun United. Zach Ryan's night is done. He will hand the captain's armband over to Tommy McCabe. Francois will come in and replace him. Francois with 1 assist in 12 matches played to this juncture of the season. For the Indy 11, it is the veteran in Guenzani, who is replaced by the 18-year-old in Neidlinger here in Indianapolis. Comes the latest player to appear in a match for the Indy 11, playing on a USL Academy contract. He'll immediately be pressed into service. Takes a tumble and draws a foul. Well done, young man.
That substitution pushes Douglas Martinez back up top.
Neidlinger's been dressing the last couple of matches, and in fact made the trip to Atlanta, but has not appeared in a match this season. O'Brien has a touch that just gets away from him. Gibson on the pressure. Now Francois. He's got Skundrich to his right. Abokora. Still a lot of time left to go in this match. Both teams with a goal in the second half. We, of course, had a hydration break. We've had numerous subs in both directions. Still some left to choose from for Loudoun. None for Indy. This ball blasted, and Hunter Schultz nervously watched that ball skip by his extended left hand.
Yeah, not a bad shot. You know, you got some traffic. You might have the field of vision of Hunter Solt a little bit clouded, so why not have a look at that back post?
Gabe Zapponi, you hear him in the background. Trying to provide whatever motivation he can for these guys to finish this match off. Indy would love to get all 3 points, but one might not be a bad result. We got calamity at the back.
My goodness.
Faroux and the defender on the wrong page, and Keegan Hughes does just enough to send that ball sideways, and they will gladly give up a corner kick brought to us by Wilson Kehoe Winningham.
Oh, heroic, you know, miscue, but heroic effort by Hughes to stop Romario Williams from walking that ball in.
Indy nearly took a lead on a second goal of own goal variety for the second time in as many matches.
Now it's moments like this where the fatigue doesn't factor in as much.
Normally this is Cam Lindley. From here it's going to be Lawrence Wotton with his ass to deliver this ball in. Headed right back out by Loudoun. I'm sure Lawrence would like to have that one back. It will be a throw coming in. Aiden Stanley provides assistance, as does Douglas Martinez. Collier. Shepherded away. That's Learman that does just enough.
A little sigh of relief from Loudoun that they were able to withstand that error.
All kinds of space for Loudoun here. Vallo onside. Weaves around O'Brien and look at back post. What a save. Does it again.
What a save. That's one of those ones, and you're that player on the back post thinking you got to tap in, and then all of a sudden there's a wall of yellow in front of you.
Solt has been tremendous. He hasn't had to make multiple great saves most matches. I think the defense has done a great job in front of him. He has tonight. Back post, and that nearly found the side netting on what I think was really more of a cross than it was a shot.
Loudoun is making a statement to grab 2 more points.
And if this holds, it's 8 consecutive unbeaten for Loudoun. 3 of those would be draws, 5 of those would be wins. Indy trying to avoid what would be their second defeat in the last 3 months. Solt content to let some time fly by before distributing that one and doing so in an errant fashion.
There's not much time left, but I don't have a comfortable feeling that this is going to wind up 1-1.
Francois. What digs in. His effort has just been outstanding tonight. Cage stands up for a moment. Now Skundrich, just a reminder, tuned to ESPN2 for a summer of soccer action. First of all, Francois could not get there. Solt does it again off of Francois, and another opportunity missed.
Unreal.
By Loudoun United.
Unreal.
We'll tell you more about that Riverhounds Hartford Athletic match in a moment. And Francois was onside.
Great ball, great read, great attacking a ball with your hands.
5 minutes. 5 minutes of additional time before this game comes to its conclusion. Now let's tell you about the Pittsburgh Riverhounds Hartford Athletic match that you can see on ESPN2 Saturday, July 20th. That's next Saturday at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Collier, the worse for wear. Foul called against Loudoun United. And no subs available for the Indy 11. This is an injury to Collier, and he is working on getting back to his feet as we speak.
Wow, I'm still buzzing from that save.
I think you could maybe say that tonight has been Hunter Salt's best work for the Indy 11.
Smokes. I think, you know what's so difficult about it? You know, the game starts and it's got this flavor where Loudoun is attacking and creating dangerous opportunities. So you're really mentally clicked in. Then just before this little flurry here from Loudoun, you've had about 20 minutes where Indy 11's been on the front foot. And in this kind of temperature, you know, when the game breaks up like that, like you're really invested in the game, everything's happening around the box, then you get a little bit of a break. To be able to stay focused is incredible.
Collier will have to be waved back on, so this restart for Indy will come a man down. And let's show you Hunter Salt potentially saving a point for the Indy 11 tonight.
And what a great ball from Loudoun. Just a route one ball splitting the two center backs.
Wotton and Francois. And then Wotton going to be called for a foul. Now Collier gets waved back in. The Indy 11 back at full strength. 3.5 minutes of soccer or so left to go tonight. Francois. And this will be, if it's a corner, it is the first of the night for Loudoun United. And this brought to us by Wilson Kehoe Winningham. And this is where Indy will have to rise up.
Both teams, you got to be dialed in. This is a critical moment. That last ball that just got threaded in that Salt made that save on. It's just two guys not communicating who's got the run, who's got. Same thing here. You got to make sure everybody knows their responsibilities and is dialed in.
Bending ball in and another corner. Last touch by Indy. By Wilson Kehoe Winningham. And McCabe will dial it up. And that'll be a goal kick. Is there a chance for one final opportunity for either side? Frankly, Loudoun was the better team the first 70 minutes. Indy has been asking most of the questions since that time. Heard the Brickyard Battalion, they have been going 90 minutes strong tonight, as per usual. It was wonderful to see so many traveling supporters in Atlanta on Tuesday for the Indy 11. Abukora. Nothing there. Salt wanting to launch quickly, and his other 10 teammates basically saying, no.
Give us a minute. Give us just
hold on to it.
Yeah, wasted opportunity from Loudoun.
Faru.
Yeah, this with the fatigue building is comes with another set of challenges.
Start to glance towards our referee, Mr. Stevens, in terms of his opinion of playing beyond the 5-minute mark. We're 15 seconds away from doing that. that 5-minute moment.
Great positioning from Indy, just not giving the channel for them to break the press, having to work it all the way back to Farouk.
Williams applying pressure. No glance at the wristwatch just yet. Femu gets a touch. We continue to play on. Neidlinger gets an opportunity here. Williams in front of the goal. Couldn't get it through. Left foot goes right back at the keeper.
What a moment.
And that's it. Both teams, I think, will gladly take a point and go home tonight. Make it 8 in a row unbeaten for Loudoun United. Elliot Collier gave a maximum effort in his 40 or so minutes on the pitch. And his goal, his third of the season, means that Indy now will have back-to-back league matches without a loss. They pick up a point, hoping to stay in front of Tampa Bay in third place in the Eastern Conference. Your final score from Indianapolis, it's the Indy 11-1 and Loudoun United 1.
What a match.
We'll stay tuned. We'll have post-game coverage from downtown Indy when we come back, as you're watching on ESPN+.
Every place has a purpose, and the people who inhabit those places have their own reasons for being there. The last thing on their minds should be concerns about the safety of the places they are in. When it comes to security and safety for all the places that matter, Dormakaba offers a seamless flow of integrated solutions that allow people to move securely about their daily lives. Because the places that matter to you matter to us.
For over a century, Indiana has been the destination for sports innovation and the state where champions are crowned. Now, we're entering a new era with Sports Tech HQ, a place that inspires innovation and invests in entrepreneurs who are changing the game, one startup at a time. Welcome to the crossroads of sports and technology. Sports Tech HQ, home of the game changers.
Find it, try it, paint it, love it. 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 Find it, try it, paint it, love it, love it, love it, love it.
1-1. Both teams take a point home this evening. Both teams with a goal, and half number 2 Hunter Salt was splendid for the Indy 11 tonight. Indy is back at home next Saturday. Then the Saturday after that, make the drive up US 31 to check out Chelsea and Celtic. That's at Notre Dame Stadium on July 27th. Get your tickets now at fcseries.com. And again, if you tell Sean McCauley, hey, going into the week, you're going to play 3 times, you're going to get points in all 3 games, and you're going to beat a Major League Soccer team for the first time in franchise history, I think Sean takes that week.
I think most coaches would sell their souls for a week like that.
Let's get to our lockdown play of the game. It is presented by Schleg, and the man that locked down that point for the Indy 11 tonight was Hunter Salt.
Which moment are you going to pick here? He was
the last of the moments.
Phenomenal.
The diving effort by Hunter off of Cristiano Francois. Salt using every bit of that 6-7 frame. Secure the point for the Indy 11 tonight.
Played it absolutely perfectly. Was up on his toes. If the touch isn't heavy, he has to stand his ground. But he recognizes the touch is a bit strong and explodes out, gets his hands to it.
And our stat of the game is brought to us by Sports Tech HQ. 3 saves for Hunter Salt tonight. Again, it was certainly a great overall team effort for the Indy 11. But there's 2 guys you can point to that, again, delivered the point. The goal scorer in Elliot Collier and the multiple shot stopper in terms of Hunter Salt.
Yeah, great individual effort from both of them.
And signing an autograph at the conclusion of the match as well. Elliot Collier is making his way to our broadcast location. Again, while he did not play the distance, the effort he put forth in approximately 40 minutes was substantial. Got his first start of the season. in Friday night's match against Rhode Island FC. Got a goal in that one. And Elliot, being the kind Kiwi that he is, saying, hey, those headphones are going to be a bit sweaty. That's okay, buddy. We're all a bit sweaty in these weather conditions now as Elliot joins us. You saved a point tonight, my friend. Congratulations. Your thoughts about how things played out for you and your teammates tonight?
Yeah, I mean, real tough conditions out here tonight, and third game in a week. So got to commend the boys for their effort. Feels great to score. I personally think I should have got another one, but just get back to training and work on turning that draw into a win.
I'm pretty mesmerized as to how you got the one that you got, so I'm sure we're going to show a replay of it. Tell me kind of what you saw and how you got it around Hugo Farouk.
Sometimes in those moments, especially when I'm dribbling at speed, you just got to take a chance on yourself, and that's something that, I back myself dribbling one-on-one versus anyone, so when I'm at speed, just, shift and find the space and shoot. Maybe it got a deflection, maybe it goes in. If it didn't, doesn't matter, it went in, that's all that matters.
Hey, clever little bit of individual technical ability in that moment. You got a triple team closing down. It looked a couple times like that ball was getting caught under your feet and you weren't going to be able to keep control of it. At what point did you realize, hey, this is going to be something?
This turf, I don't like to make excuses, but it is tough to dribble on, tough to do a lot of things on. But once I break through the triple team, I knew I was 1v1 from that moment. So, I had guys calling for the ball, but sometimes I just got to back myself and be a little selfish.
That's right. You got to block out that noise when you feel like you're on. So, also, you take a look at your role right now. You're coming in later in the game. This one was 35, 40 minutes, and you're changing the complexion of things with the way that you press and the pace that you have up top. What are the instructions that you get as you come into the match?
Basically, just go do what I do. Bring energy, number one. That's the main thing, and then go create chances. Go score a goal. That's what I'm on the field to do. So, just gotta try my best to do that every game.
One final question before we let you go, because we know you're tired, given the effort you and all your teammates have put in over the course of these last 9 days. As a guy that spent parts of 4 years playing in Major League Soccer, what did that moment mean for you and this team to beat Atlanta United on Tuesday night?
Yeah, it's fantastic, absolutely fantastic. We relish those moments to play MLS. Some of us have been there before, some of us haven't. But like I said, we absolutely relish those moments, and those are challenges that we look forward to. As soon as those are on the calendar, those are games that we really look forward to. So really proud of the boys for the work they put in this week. And just back to work next week.
Go hydrate and get off your feet. Thanks, Elliot.
Thank you very much.
Elliot Call, you're kind enough to join us. We'll take this quick time out. For those of you on ESPN Plus, we'll wish you a fond farewell. The rest of our post-game coverage will be joined on WRTV Channel 6. Collier, his second goal in as many USL Championship matches, his third of the season. They have all come in point-scoring opportunities for the Indy 11. You'll be joined by Sean McCauley and Hunter Salt before our post-game show wraps up as well. From Indianapolis tonight, it's the Indy 11 1 and Loudoun United 1. Thanks for joining us for USL Championship Soccer from Indianapolis on ESPN Plus.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.
The Indy 11 are announcing a new signing to their squad. We can now confirm it's Max from Williams Comfort Air and Mr. Plumber. Max clearly has some training to do to get into shape by game day. Soccer skills and service you can rely on from a team you can trust. Both essential for a winning performance.
So I had no job, no car, nobody to watch my son. And when I finally got a job interview, it was a half hour away. I was just stuck, Then one of my friends told me to call CareSource. I was like, my health insurance company?
We helped Becky with her resume, arranged daycare for her son, and even set up a ride to the interview that helped her get the job. CareSource is so much more than health insurance.
At Security Federal, our flexible banking solutions mean your financial future has never been brighter. Our business options will keep you one step ahead of the competition, and the communities we serve can depend on us to be there when it counts. At Security Federal Savings Bank, flexibility means everything because it's all about you. Now offering free business and personal checking. Call or visit us online today.
Well, tonight for the Indy 11 is about finding a way. They could not get the full 3 points. They will take the draw. They will take the point. The points are halved, 1-1 between Indy and Loudoun. Now joining us, the head coach of the Indy 11, and Sean McCauley. Just, Sean, your thoughts about the resiliency your team showed in half number 2.
Yeah, I mean, we battled away and we got a point. You know, we didn't play well at all. So, you know, in my experience in football, you know, when you're not playing well and you know, you don't think it's going to go right for you, then, you know, I said to the players, you know, in the water break, with 15 minutes to go, we just scored, and I was letting them know that, you know, because of the way we performed, don't underestimate getting a point and what it might mean at the end of the season. And I also said to them, if you think and you can smell that you can get 3, then go all out for it. And I thought, you know, in the last 15 minutes, the game got stretched. But we had a couple of chances, and so did they. And I thought Hunter again was fantastic in making sure that we got the point.
It's pretty unique. You've got guys like Elliott and Tyler that have been there and done that and know kind of exactly what a game needs in the final 30 minutes. Tonight it was the final 40 and 45 minutes. Your thoughts about what those two vets have meant to your team off the bench this season?
I mean, they're great. That's the positive thing about the squad is, and you can see it when they're all together, you know, on the bench, even if they come off, they want to be part of it. The positive about the lads going on the field, and I thought, you know, tactically we changed it. You know, we played more of a 3-4 and a 3 up front rather than, you know, the 3 in midfield with Seba playing just in front of two holding midfield players. We played, you know, a little bit more aggressive, I'd have thought, Dougie and Seba wide of Romario. And I always knew that if you know, things weren't going for us, I can always put Elliott on because he's a really good individual player that can make things happen. Sometimes we don't know what he's going to do, but you know, he gives the opposition a problem both in and out of possession, and I'm really pleased now. That's a couple of games that he's been involved in and got goals, and I'm really pleased for him. It shows his value to us.
You talked about Hunter a little bit earlier, and when you look at it, when you're starting a younger keeper, there's times in the back of your head you're thinking, okay, is he ready for this moment, and how does he grow into this moment? And we see it week after week after week how he's created this presence right now where the back line, this team has unbelievable confidence in him. Talk a little bit about the growth that you've seen in him over these last few weeks.
Yeah, I've seen a lot, and you know, I've known him from when he was younger as well, you know, coming through at Portland Timbers, and you know, everybody has high expectations of people and stuff like that. He's exceeded my high expectations. He's been fantastic, and what he's going to do now is he's going to go and have a really good long career, and I'm really pleased that Indy 11 have been part of that, and you know, I'll look back on it as being a great signing for us. And the players, you know, he's a great kid off the field, and you know, his attitude to work, if he sticks with it, then he can go a long way.
You look at the discipline that Loudoun had defensively. I think every time the ball came into a target, there was a triple team, double team closing them down on their second touch. As soon as the ball got out wide to a player, there were 4, 5, 6 guys flooding the zones, making it difficult to pass. How do you manage to break them down when they're playing that compact and that discipline?
It's really tough, but you know, you've got to if they want to, you know, put the majority of the bodies in front of the ball in the central area of the pitch, then we have to play wide. And once you've got them, you know, shuffling over to block the wide area, then a switch of plays on. And I don't think our central midfield players did a good enough job in the first half of taking it from one side to the free side to allow us to attack, you know, a little bit more freely down the side without, you know, a lot of bodies in front of us. And I could sense from early, we weren't playing well, but I thought we could win 3 points because I don't think they came. I think there came a lot of belief in the game plan of slowing things down, and you know, and I think they'll probably just be as pleased as a point as what we are in the end, because we didn't play well.
Sean, thank you for the time, my friend. We'll see you next Saturday night against Tampa Bay.
Thanks, guys.
Sean McCauley, head coach of the Indy 11, always kind enough to join us. Here's a look at the stats again. Shots, nearly 2-1 in favor of Loudoun. Possession was equal. That meant Loudoun had 54% of it. In terms of half number 2, again, not much in the way of corners in tonight's match, not much in the way of yellows or offsides. Again, really only the shots, the only difference in this match. Everything else was level, but frankly, that's because Indy was the better team for the final 20-25 minutes.
Yeah, and you look at the shots, Loudoun doubled them up, but both teams had 4 shots on goal. So you look at what has been a great thing for Indy 11 all season is the efficiency and execution in the 18.
We'll take this quick timeout. More post-game coverage from Carroll Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Indy 11-1, Loudoun United 1. As you're watching USL Championship Soccer on WRTV, Channel 6.
Find it, try it, paint it, love it. 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 Find it, try it, paint it, love it, love it, love it, love it.
Indy 11 has the latest merchandise: shirts, jerseys, sweatshirts, hats, and more. All at Indy11.com/shop.
Meet Zach. Day and night, rain or shine, even just out for a spin, Zach gets around. But we know Zach, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know he's been saving up to trade up. IMCU is here to help Zach and you drive your dream. Now get financing as low as 5.24% APR on a new or used vehicle. Today, it's all about Zach. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
Indy 11 theme nights are out of this world. Star Wars, Marvel, dinos, and more. Plus charity and heritage nights. Get your tickets now at Indy11.com.
This is last weekend at Hamtramck Keyworth Stadium. The Indy 11 women, a playoff team for a 3rd consecutive season. The same could be said for Minnesota Aurora. Carson Cherry with the goal to give Indy a 1-goal lead. Aurora would tie it at 1. How about this from Natalie Mitchell? The Virginia Tech Hokie made it 2-1, and there was a penalty saved by Kate Phillips late in the match. In fact, you'll see it right here. Indy would move on to the conference championship game, where they would take on the host squad in Detroit City. In that one, Indy would score first in that match. Only problem is that would be the only goal they would be able to tally in the contest. Everything else went the way of the home team. Detroit City and Indy played each other twice in the inaugural year of the W League 2 seasons ago. This is their first only meeting this year. Detroit City moved on to the national semifinals, while the Indy 11 sees their season come to an end of the quarterfinal national round for a second time in 3 years. Job well done, Paul Dolinsky, Brandon Kim, and everybody involved with the Indy 11 women.
Yeah, another great season. So difficult to repeat. They got the early goal. You started thinking things were going to fall through, even though Detroit was at home. But Detroit is such a strong side this year.
We'll look forward to season number 4 of Indy 11 W League Soccer coming up next May. We'll take this quick time out. We'll come back and wrap it up next from downtown Indianapolis. 1-1. Same number of goals, same number of points. Back to wrap it up next on WRTV Channel 6.
It's very true that it takes a village to raise a child. And when it comes to my healthcare village at Community Health Network, it's all nestled right in my phone. Accessing healthcare is the ability to be connected with your provider and ask a question when you need it. I feel like when I'm meeting with a community nurse practitioner or doctor, they're tuned in to what is going on with me and the way that they can serve me best.
Stand by me. AES Indiana is dedicated to providing you with smart energy solutions that power our lives. Our energy efficiency programs help you save energy and money. From rebates on lighting and smart thermostats to appliance pickup and recycling, you can take advantage of cleaner, more cost-effective energy solutions right here, right now. IPL is now AES Indiana. We are accelerating the future of energy together.
Every place has a purpose, and the people who inhabit those places have their own reasons for being there. The last thing on their minds should be concerns about the safety of the places they are in. When it comes to security and safety for all the places that matter, Dormakaba offers a seamless flow of integrated solutions that allow people to move securely about their daily lives. Because the places that matter to you matter to us.
We'll welcome back for a final time this evening here in downtown Indianapolis. Here is the upcoming schedule for the Indy 11. And again, there's no rest in there. Tampa Bay comes here. That's always a tough test. That is next Saturday. Then on the road for the next two. That match against Charleston on a Friday night will be a very big one in early August. Then the lone midweek match at home of the season against Rhode Island. Then the lone Sunday match of the season against New Mexico United. And then there's a 13-day gap. But frankly, Las Vegas is on an outstanding run. Right. It's going to be challenging. But I think the biggest thing for the 11 right now, Brad, is having a little bit of rest.
Right. I mean, you look at that. That is a daunting next month.
Now, if you were wondering in the couple of times we were on cameras, why are those fools wearing lays tonight? Well, maybe we thought it was just a great fashion statement, but it was actually Margaritaville night, Jimmy Buffett night here at Indy 11, and you may have seen the players wearing some unique warm-up shirts. Brad, as the director of merchandise, please tell us about it.
These are great. This is Margaritaville. You know, Jimmy Buffett's going to live on. They've got so many cool things that you can license from them. We decided to make that this night and then brought in some of these jerseys. They sold great. There might still be a few online, but it's got a cool beach vibe to it.
There is a QR code that you can log on and click for more information. I would imagine that these things will be going very, very quickly.
Right, and then these ones here on the QR code, that is an auction for the pregame ones that were worn by the players.
Very cool. So again, Indy11.com/promos always has more information. Brad, final thoughts on this one?
You know, I got to agree with Sean on this one. You know, both teams probably are walking off feeling like, hey, a point is probably fair. You know, for Loudoun, now that's 8 unbeaten. They're on a great tear. For Indy, it's great to get that first match after the Open Cup out and under your belt.
Well, now for the Indy 11, the focus is all on USL Championship play for the next month. Yes, there's a match with Sporting Kansas City that awaits either on August the 27th or August the 28th, but it's a big one here at the Mike next Saturday night against the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Tampa Bay, a team with a lot of Indy connections on that squad. Manuel Arteaga, Kyle Jennings, Nicky Law, Nick Moon, etc. But simply put, Brad, they're really good every year.
And Jordan Farr. And so even though next Saturday is going to be July and it's going to be hot, it's Christmas in July night, so Santa Claus will be out here, and it's always cool around Christmas.
The long-term forecast is for a little chilly. I'm not sure when chill for Christmas in July, but a little bit cooler than it has been this evening. Well, thanks for joining us on this Saturday night. We greatly appreciate your support of all things Indy 11. For Brad Hunter and our entire Tupelo Honey crew, my name is Greg Rakestraw. We'll do it again in 7 days. Tonight, the points are shared. A goal for the visitors, one for Elliott Collier as well. Final score, Indy 11-1, Loudoun United 1. As you've been watching Indy 11 Soccer on WRTV, Channel 6.
At Security Federal, our flexible banking solutions mean your financial future has never been brighter. Our business options will keep you one step ahead of the competition, and the communities we serve can depend on us to be there when it counts. At Security Federal Savings Bank, flexibility means everything because it's all about you. Now offering free business and personal checking. Call or visit us online today.
So I had no job, no car, nobody to watch my son. And when I finally got a job interview, it was a half hour away. I was just stuck, you know? Then one of my friends told me to call CareSource. I was like, my health insurance company?
We helped Becky with her resume, arranged daycare for her son, and even set up a ride to the interview that helped her get the job. CareSource is so much more than health insurance.
The main part of my job is definitely listening. People deserve transparency. I don't want the financial part to be something that stops or hinders a patient from having the health care that they need. I try to treat each person like they're my mom or my grandmother, my daughter, my husband. I want them to know that they're not just another phone call for us. And it's very rewarding to know that I can provide peace of mind.
Stand by me. AES Indiana is dedicated to providing you with smart energy solutions that power our lives. Our energy efficiency programs help you save energy and money. From rebates on lighting and smart thermostats to appliance pickup and recycling, you can take advantage of cleaner, more cost-effective energy solutions right here, right now. IPL is now AES Indiana. We are accelerating the future of energy together.
Giving Leggett plenty of space. Leggett slides it across and looking back post sliding up.
Good cut.
Plays it across and
so it's Margaritaville night.
Oh yeah.
What you got planned here?
So man, we
giving Leggett plenty of space. Leggett slides it across and looking back post sliding up.
Good cut.
Plays it across and
so it's Margaritaville night.
Oh yeah.
What you got planned here?
So man, we were attempting.
He's at the back for Leggett. D's Page trying to get there as best he can. Left foot, Salt again, got it. For as many minutes as need be in this game, Owuwa gets there, has Leggett to his left. Leggett can get the shot away. Be their first sub of this match. Say a couple of minutes from now. Ball gets by Mines. Opportunity here. Mines gets shoulder to shoulder. Good recovery by Mines. Ball sent across, headed down. Recovery by Mines. Ball sent across, headed down and back of the net. Loudoun United breaks through. The fifth and final sub this evening for the Indy 11. Collier at the edge of the 18. Collier trying to drive through left foot. Collier! Trying to drive through left foot. Collier!
Oh my goodness!
Collier out of nothing gives the Indy 11 back on level ground in minute number 74. It is back, giving Leggett plenty of space. Leggett slides it across and looking back post sliding up.
Good cut.
Plays it across and Salt again. D's Page trying to get there as best he can. Left foot, Salting onside. Weaves around O'Brien and looking back post. What a save. This reminder, tune to ESPN2 for a summer of soccer action. First of all, Francois could not get there. Salt does it again off of Francois and another opportunity missed. Be their first sub of this match. Say a couple of minutes from now. Ball gets by Mines. Opportunity here. Mines gets shoulder to shoulder. Good recovery by Mines. Ball sent across, headed down and back of the net. Loudoun United breaks through. They've been knocking the door for most of the match, and they take the lead in minute number 58.
Great quick play down the wing. Great battle from Ben Mines. Just
be their first sub of this match. Say a couple of minutes from now. Ball gets by Mines. Opportunity here. Mines gets shoulder to shoulder. Good recovery by Mines. Ball sent across, headed down and back of the net. Loudoun United breaks through. They've been knocking the door for most of the match, and they take the lead in minute number 58.
Great quick play down the wing. Great battle from Ben Mines. Just
be their first sub of this match. Say a couple of minutes from now. Ball gets by Mines. Opportunity here. Mines gets shoulder to shoulder. Good recovery by Mines. Ball sent across, headed down and back of the net. Loudoun United breaks through. They've been knocking the door for most of the match, and they take the lead in minute number 58.
Great quick play down the wing. Great battle from Ben Mines. Just
be their first sub of this match. Say a couple of minutes from now. Ball gets by Mines. Opportunity here. Mines gets shoulder to shoulder. Good recovery by Mines. Ball sent across, headed down and back of the net. Loudoun United breaks through. They've been knocked at the door for most of the match, and they take the lead in minute number 58.
Great quick play down the wing. Great battle from Ben Mines.
So Nylander will be the 5th and final sub this evening for the Indy 11. Collier at the edge of the 18. Collier trying to drive through left foot. Collier!
Oh my goodness!
Collier out of nothing gives the Indy 11 back on level ground in minute number 74. It is time to cue the smoke in Indianapolis.
What a moment.
So Nylander will be the 5th and final sub this evening for the Indy 11. Collier at the edge of the 18. Collier trying to drive through left foot. Collier!
Oh my goodness!
Collier out of nothing gives the Indy 11 back on level ground in minute number 74. It is time to cue the smoke in Indianapolis.
What a moment.
So Nylander will be the 5th and final sub this evening for the Indy 11. Collier at the edge of the 18. Collier trying to drive through left foot. Collier!
Oh my goodness!
Collier out of nothing gives the Indy 11 back on level ground in minute number 74. It is time to cue the smoke in Indianapolis.
What a moment.
So Nylander will be the 5th and final sub this evening for the Indy 11. Collier at the edge of the 18. Collier trying to drive through left foot. Collier!
Oh my goodness!
Collier out of nothing gives the Indy 11 back on level ground in minute number 74. It is time to cue the smoke in Indianapolis.
What a moment.
Down the flank, as he has done oh so well for the last couple of seasons. Tried to play that back heel style and then commits down the flank, as he has done oh so well for the last couple of seasons. Tried to play that back heel style and then commits down the flank, as he has done oh so well for the last couple of seasons. Tried to play that back heel style and then commits the
double team and makes it difficult to get the ball out.
We saw Indy be very judicious in terms of pressure. They did it early.
Double team and makes it difficult to get the ball out.
We saw Indy be very judicious in terms of pressure. They did it early days after this match. That's going to be a foul against Williams. Keegan Hughes was already airborne by the days after this match. That's going to be a foul against Williams. Keegan Hughes was already airborne by the is off in that scenario.
What a clever ball.
Mines draws contact. And Douglas Martinez separates, is off in that scenario.
What a clever ball.
Mines draws contact. And Douglas Martinez separates.
Irate with how it was coached if they lost a game, and it's one of the things that kept that program so sharp.
So that'll be a foul.
Irate with how it was coached if they lost a game, and it's one of the things that kept that program so sharp.
So that'll be a foul.
Irate with how it was coached if they lost a game, and it's one of the things that kept that program so sharp.
So that'll be a foul. Now. And Chapman Page taken out by Ryan. And then Chapman Page delivers a blow of his own, and he's got to be careful. He's sitting on a yellow already. Now it is now. And Chapman Page taken out by Ryan. And then Chapman Page delivers a blow of his own, and he's got to be careful. He's sitting on a yellow already. Now it is.
Makes everybody on the field is a little bit gassed, and you only have to go 45 minutes. You go into fifth gear pretty quick.
And O'Brien was an expected starter, and now Romario Williams will be shown a yellow card. He's got to be careful. He made contact on Hugo Farou. With Farou on that.
Makes everybody on the field is a little bit gassed, and you only have to go 45 minutes. You go into fifth gear pretty quick.
And O'Brien was an expected starter, and now Romario Williams will be shown a yellow card. He's got to be careful. He made contact on Hugo Farou. With Farou on that. Chapman Page draws contact against Callums because he's already sent on a yellow, while this is going to be against Ryan. What he can't do is retaliate. And Callum,
everything in his power.
Chapman Page draws contact against Callums because he's already sent on a yellow, while this is going to be against Ryan. What he can't do is retaliate. And Callum,
everything in his power.
Or open an account. At IMCU, we care about more than just dollars and cents. We care about doing...
Giving Leggett plenty of space. Leggett slides it across, and look at back post sliding effort to save that from being a goal for the Indy 11. But back giving Leggett plenty of space. Leggett slides it across, and look at back post sliding effort to save that from being a goal for the Indy 11. But back giving Leggett plenty of space. Leggett slides it across, and look at back post sliding effort to save that from being a goal for the Indy 11. But back giving Leggett plenty of space. Leggett slides it across, and look at back post sliding effort to save that from being a goal for the Indy 11. But
good cut.
Plays it across, and Salt got just enough to steer it wide.
Good cut.
Plays it across, and Salt got just enough to steer it wide.
Good cut.
Plays it across, and Salt got just enough to steer it wide.
Noblesville. So it's Margaritaville night.
Oh, yeah.
What you got planned here?
So, man, we were attempting to get some margaritas over here, but there were some hiccups at Noblesville.
So it's Margaritaville night.
Oh, yeah.
What you got planned here?
So, man, we were attempting to get some margaritas over here, but there were some hiccups.
Base at the back for Leggett. Dees Page trying to get there as best he can. Left foot, Salt again, got it. He's got one with his right foot and now one with his left.
Wow.
Making a pair of kick saves. Base at the back for Leggett. Dees Page trying to get there as best he can. Left foot, Salt again, got it. He's got one with his right foot and now one with his left.
Wow.
Making a pair of kick saves. Base at the back for Leggett. Dees Page trying to get there as best he can. Left foot, Salt again, got it. He's got one with his right foot and now one with his left.
Wow.
Making a pair of kick saves. Vallow onside. Weaves around O'Brien and looking back post. What a save. Does it again. Vallow onside. Weaves around O'Brien and looking back post. What a save. Does it again. Vallow onside. Weaves around O'Brien and looking back post. What a save. Does it again. Now Skundrich, just a reminder, tuned to ESPN2 for a summer of soccer action. First of all, Francois could not get there. Salt does it again off of Francois. Now Skundrich, just a reminder, tuned to ESPN2 for a summer of soccer action. First of all, Francois could not get there. Salt does it again off of Francois. Now Skundrich, just a reminder, tuned to ESPN2 for a summer of soccer action. First of all, Francois could not get there. Salt does it again off of Francois. Martinez goes to the ground. Stays on the ground. Williams couldn't get close enough to it. Faroux, and now Martinez goes to the ground. Stays on the ground. Williams couldn't get close enough to it. Faroux, and now Wotton. Williams. Wotton with a left foot. Not much of a challenge for Faroux to slide over and stop that one. Deespay. Vallow. Able to work around Deespay. Cuts it back. Opportunity here that just misses. A missed chance that time. Their way. Nifty to say the least for Elliot Collier. Romario Williams. Collier just couldn't get there in time. Tremendously well defended by Tink. Not usually a score-first player, so he distributes to one who is, and Martinez looking back post. O'Brien just couldn't time it out. Match off. Indy would love to get all 3 points, but one might not be a bad result. We got calamity at the back.
My goodness.
Faroux and the is Florian Valot. He's been quite a playmaker in this league down at Miami FC.
Right, and when you can get balanced scoring, when you can come at a team from multiple...
Or open an account. At IMCU, we care about more than just dollars and cents. We care about doing...
From that moment, so... I had guys calling for the ball, but sometimes I just got to back myself and be a little selfish.
That's right. You got to block out that
effort in his 40 or so minutes on the pitch. And his goal, his third of the season, means that
purpose. And the people who inhabit those places have their own reasons for being there. The last thing on their minds should be concerns about the safety of the places they're in. When it comes to concerns about the safety of the places they're in. When it comes to security and safety for all the places that matter, Dormakaba